Okay, we're live, I think. Let me just check the phone to see if we're live. To make sure everything is not yet. It's not showing up. Yeah, we're live. Okay, so we get the chat up on the phone as well. Lower the volume a bit so we don't get anything. Okay, so first off, we'll start at the top and see who was in early. We had Raphael, cheers for coming in. Ali Mack was in early. 7:15, Ali Mack was there. Who else was here early in case I missed anyone? ENT scrapping, great to see you, man. Yeah, I was a couple of seconds late, sorry, Raphael. Romantic, thanks a lot for dropping in, man. So for tonight, what I'm working well as chatting on, as usual, I'm working on these little drives from the all the laptops that I took apart. So these all have to be taken apart because I'm going to break them down, as you'll see in a video upcoming where I am working on the laptops. I'm going to break them down into the smallest components out of everything. So that'll be Scrapman58, great to see you. So all the IC chips, all the pins, all the gold corner BGAs, all the MLCCs, crystal oscillators, ceramic crystal oscillators, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be breaking down got notification of this. That's good, Scrapman, great. Thanks for all the great advice as well. Estonian Scrapper, sorry I missed you coming in there. I also have a mystery box tonight. So, as you can see, what's inside, guys. So, leave it in the comments what you think is inside. Mo Homesteading, I just spotted you popping in there. Great to see you. Good to have you on board. Now let me just get my blue screwdriver, just like Raphael Scrapper has, and I also, Raphael, have one in red. So just in case you try and steal one off me, I have a red one as well. So I'll put the link up there in a second. So anyone want to guess what's inside that box before I open it up later on the show? If you feel free to have a guess there in the chat of what you think it's going to be. Memory, incorrect. Actually, I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong. We're going to let you go, but I've already said it's not memory now, so everyone knows it's not memory that's in the box. So anyone else want to guess? But I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong. You're just going to have to wait and see when I open it up later on the show what's in it. So what has everyone else been at in the scrapping world? Is it a DVD-ROM? You'll have to wait and see. CPUs, you're going to have to wait and see. Let me see. Lasers. We'll have to wait and see. An iPad. Well, the guesses are coming in now. Maybe take these old screws out of here while I'm watching and working away. Raphael, did you have your dinner? Something nice? Card reader. Working on my YouTube studio, trying to figure out how much to build an office bed without a fixture jointing thing. Okay, Mo's been busy. Mike, great to see you. Thanks for coming in. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, guys, on your way in. I have an awful habit of forgetting to hit it in other people's streams, but I'm trying to be better now. When I go into it straight away, I'd hit the like, and then on the way out, I double check it to make sure. Also, guys, just check your if you haven't got a notification that I was on, chances are that if you've just come across the chances are your subscribe button may not be working properly or whatever, because I've noticed my sub count is just going up and down constantly at the moment. I'm sure everyone has the same thing. Today I got 2 new subscribers and I think I lost 3. I'm just switching from trolling mode to belly full. Everyone are okay. Come on, that fella's filled himself up, so he's in a good mood. See, I'll put the old link out if anyone wants to come up and chat. Feel free. So there's the old link. If anyone wants to come up, you're more than welcome. I've been watching a lot of videos today. That's what I've been trying to do, catch up on some of my videos I may have missed during the week belong to people. So E&T scrapping is up to 137. Go man, getting there. I was at what, I don't know, this morning, 1377 or 78 or something like that, and now it's dropped back to 1375. Even though it says I got 2 new subscribers, I seem to have lost 3. So it's just one of them things that seems to happen a lot. Into my garden. Strawberries, can't beat strawberries. I'm a big fan of the old strawberries. So what I take out of these, what I mainly take out of these is the, I'm going to put them aside to break down later. 1,000 more PCs to scrap. Oh, you need 1,000 more PCs to scrap. I need 1,000 more PCs to scrap. So I keep these ribbons because I've got the gold bonding wires on them. And I also take out this board, which will have some IC chips, some MLCCs, stuff like that on it. So that's kind of how I break them down. These are the little boards that I take out of the ROMs. Don't we all is right? We all need the 1,000 PCs. I've done my 50 or so laptops, which were sitting there. That was really didn't want to have to do, but I just said I'd get tear into it. So I have them completed, as in tore down to these stages. So I just need to break them down a bit further and just packet them away and get them ready for the next stage. Snobby, great to see you, man. If anyone hasn't checked out Snobby's video, his latest video, guys, it was a very interesting video. He found a nice lawnmower, and he was wondering whether he should do it up or not do it up. So I'd do it up if I was him, but it's up to himself. As I say, everyone has their own. It's an older type lawnmower. Dusty Blonde, great to see you. I think Dusty's Miller 1000. Have you still held on to them, Dusty? Because I know YouTube has been taking a lot away. David, great to see you, man. Someone else popped in that I missed. Johnny Vive, great to see you. It's hard to keep up with the chat there. Sometimes I do miss people. Just go back in case there's anyone else I missed. Don't think there is. Snobby Scrap Picker. Yeah, I think that's it. I think, oh, Paul, short all came in as well. Missed him. Sorry, Paul. I didn't mean to ignore you or anything like that. Just I missed you coming in. Pop Scrap is in. Good to see you, Pop. Another good Irish scrapper. So as you can see there, guys, these are what I'm taking out of them. Taking these boards out, and I'll also take the ribbons out. So again, They sometimes rip, but I don't really care because I only want the ends. So all I'm looking for is the ribbons that have the gold on them. So they have gold little fingers, so I take them out. That's all I'm looking for. So I'll just put them in the little tub here beside me, and the rest of it can be sent to recycling. I'm just trying to keep an eye in case I miss anyone else coming in. I have some RAM figures I need to trim as well from the laptops. I don't know where I put the mystery box, guys. Oh, there it is. So again, guys, anyone want to guess what's inside the box? And we'll open it up in a while and we'll see who was right. That's an old CD floppy, or not CD floppy, floppy disk, CD floppy, a floppy drive. So I'll leave that aside there for a moment and I'll just work away with these other ones. Who else is in? Mo's your boy. Great to see you, man. I presume it's a man. It might be a woman, sorry. But when it says boy, I presume it is. Cell phone boards or RAM? He's guessing that there. There was someone else's video I watched. I watched Shark Scrapper's video today as well. He's one out with the brass. A very good video. He's really doing good stuff, that man. There's well a lot of good scrappers on at the moment. I'm thinking about doing something different as well on my Monday Night Live, as well as talking about scrap and stuff. I was thinking about maybe doing half an hour where we just talk to one particular scrapper every week. So we can have our panel and we can ask them questions, how they got into scrapping, stuff like that, what they scrap, what they like about scrapping, what they don't like about scrapping, what took them onto YouTube, stuff like that. No, I won't just confine it to scrappers, but I prefer at the moment just to keep it to scrappers for interviewing, because again, my channel is a scrap channel. It deals with e-waste and scrap and stuff like that. So I was thinking maybe doing that, something like that. I got that idea kind of from Hazy Days. He was thinking about doing that on his, just interviewing different YouTubers. But I was thinking maybe doing it on scrappers. So we'd say one night we'll have at the first half hour of the show, we'll have someone on, and I'll just ask them questions, different questions. Every week I'll try and ask the same question to each scrapper, and we'll just see what the different answers will be and stuff like that. So if anyone was interested in that, let me know. We'll have maybe promote your channel as well. Let people know what you're doing, what you're scrapping out, what's the different stuff you want to do. Did I see someone say Lord Ian is in? Oh, did I miss Ian Matthews coming in? Let me go back up. I must have missed. Oh, he did. Ian Matthews, good to see you, man. Another video I watched was Ian's actually. To say that sometimes I don't get through some of the videos until the weekend on a Sunday, and mainly I watch them and then I'll get around to commenting sometimes, and sometimes I don't get around to commenting. But guys, I try and watch as many videos as I can at the weekends because work kind of interferes with my YouTube. I need to get a job where I have more hours for YouTube. Let me see who else is there. Mozerboy, you're more than welcome to stay, man, and you're more than welcome to come up on anytime you want. I'm not limiting the, as I say, it's not just, isn't just anyone is welcome to come in and chat and stuff like that. As I just was thinking about interviewing a few scrappers, and just doing that on the channel as well on the Monday, instead of just people watching me scrapping stuff out and talking rubbish. That I could maybe talk to different scrappers, and we could just tell them talk about how they got into scrapping and how the scrap world is for them. Who else is there? In case I'm missing anyone, this is the bit I hate if I miss anyone. Yeah, Mosey boy, why not dabble in a bit into the scrapping? Ian Matthews, what was I going to say? Have you been watching the old scrap chat on Facebook? Some interesting characters up there. It's a road to ruin. Well, it'll soon fill up your shed. Just ask Ian about that. He'll tell you about his shed and how scrap can take over the shed. So another board off. So again, some IC chips on it. MLCCs. That's mainly it. Nothing major on them. So again, guys, anyone guessing what's inside the box before I open it later on? I'll be opening it probably at about 9 o'clock. Is the dude in? Did someone say, hey, dude? Oh, he is. The dude rocks. Welcome, man. Great to see you. If anyone doesn't know who that is used to be Recycle Dude. He had to change his channel. So he's building up his numbers again. So anyone that hasn't got him in the scrap world, I don't know, is he going to continue on scrapping or not? But anyone that wants to get him, make sure you grab him up. Great guy. Very good channel. He does his live music, stuff like that as well. It's not just scrapping he used to do. Ali Mack, I watched his video as well today. There's another guy that I watched the video today of. Oh, I need to get a scissors actually, guys. Oh. Knocking the house down. Frugal Farmer, welcome, man. Great to see you. That's not something you're going to send me, huh? I see, talking about sending stuff, I've seen a post up of a certain person with a rake of stuff ready for mailing out. Now, my thought was it was photoshopped, but I've been assured that it's not photoshopped and that person is really sending stuff out to people. So the Lord, Matthews himself, has got around to posting some stickers to people. Let's see, I'm afraid that I missed someone coming into the chat because I'm trying to scrap out some stuff, trying to talk, and trying to keep an eye on the chat. I don't want to miss anyone. And if I do miss you, I apologize, and I appreciate you taking your time to come in. It's humbling to see people come into my channel. Just a guy in a room scrapping out some stuff and talking about scrap and talking about life in general. It's very humbling to see that people take the time to come in. I really appreciate it. Just going back through the chat in case there's anyone I missed. I think Ali Max no, I think I've got everyone. I hope I've got everyone. I'll put that link in again if anyone wants to come up. You're more than welcome and talk about scrap or whatever you want to talk about. But you know, as I say, I'd like to do or interview someone every so often about scrap. Right, we have someone straight into the basement, like a dog in heat. He was straight in there. Raphael, how do you?
Welcome, ladies and gents.
You're all fed now, so you're in a good mood now, are you?
Yeah, I am.
So, what's your guess? What's in the box? Can you guess what's in the box?
E-waste, gold e-waste. It's something from Pop Scrap.
We'll have to wait till 9 o'clock. I'm gonna reveal all at 9 o'clock.
Anyway, you know I'm right? So.
I'm saying nothing.
Yeah, that's the point.
I'm saying nothing. We'll have to
Anyway,
wait.
by the way, peeps, that was just my guess. That was just guess.
Yeah.
I may be
Chocolate.
totally wrong.
I wish it was chocolate, Dusty. Hold on, we have another guy in the basement who done a really good video that I enjoyed today. Actually, I thought it was a really good video. Let me bring him up, and let me set us up here. Shark Scrapper, welcome.
What's up, everybody?
I enjoyed your video on the brass today. It was very good.
Oh, thank you.
So it was. I enjoyed it, and I like the new logo.
Yeah, that guy Erwan from New Zealand. I hope I'm saying his name right, but boy, he's had a lot of fun playing around with the logo. So it's a nice twist to it.
Yeah, I had to go back when you said it in the video. You go, did you spot the new thing? I had to go back again straight away to have a look, and I don't.
You know what, guys? I did exactly the same, but later on, I basically just see no difference. And yeah, can I ask what the difference? No, I supposed to watch the guy vids, and I supposed to be aware about his logo, right? Yeah, I supposed to. Do I supposed to ask him what's the difference really? No, that's gonna be rude.
Well, I spotted it. I wasn't 100% sure was I right, but I was assured by Shark Scrapper I got it right.
And that was all Erwan's idea. He thought that would be fun to put those cookies in there.
So, Raphael, you're going to have to go back and take a careful look.
The word cookies missed actually take me away from the trail.
It's hidden little gems in it, like hidden.
Yeah, but later on, where did you see the cookies out there? Why you
not literally cookies.
Just little hidden treats for you, Raphael.
Yeah, Sharky, actually, there was some real stuff. Eva really want to try to shark meat, and she hunting it in many restaurants. But, this is some kind of season stuff, and they may have it or may not.
Well,
and so far, no luck.
Yeah. By the way, hello to everybody in the chat. I didn't say hi. I don't think I said hi to everybody in the chat when I came on board. Not trying to be rude. So, Raphael, I've got a serious issue with finning sharks. To me, that's just a horrid practice. But I understand, and I've got no problem with the fisheries that keep the entire shark and use all of the shark. And I've eaten shark before. It can be very tasty if it's prepared properly.
Yeah, I bet so because exactly, Mo. Not really seasoning she looking after, but she looking after the shark dish of the shark meat with the shark meat in it.
Yeah.
So, by the way, Sharky buddy, if you are ever in Denmark and you somehow trying to, meet me or something, just watch your back, buddy.
Ian Matthews, welcome.
Hello, Lord Ian. How are you, sir?
Okay. I'm fine, but just quit the Lord bit. Hang on.
Someday you might be a Lord.
Oh, I am absolutely knackered.
It must be that Guinness you were drinking. Did it go through you?
No, it's this. I've sweated blood, sweat, and tears on this. And I'll probably never make another one.
Oh, I've seen that on Facebook. Yeah.
I'll probably never make another one.
Wow.
For sure, not exactly like this one.
No, it's that took some.
It's one of the kind, right?
One of a kind. That took some love. That did.
And that's what we call handmade.
Oh yeah, as Window Channel says, all handmade. Oh,
anyway, Ian, buddy, I'm gonna do something for you. I got can, and I'm not gonna use my finger. I'm gonna use my I don't know what I gonna use knife or pliers, screwdriver. Yeah, let's go with the knife. That's supposed to be easy. Come on, open up. Okay.
Cheated.
Well,
See, Ian, you can do that always as well with the can, not only with the bottle.
I'm impressed.
Although when Rafael flipped that knife around in his hand, I was expecting him to pull an Ian and cut himself.
Oh.
That's why he stays away from sharp items.
No, listen, I'm doing okay today.
I got a good laugh, Ian, all right. You picked up the screwdriver, pretend you were going to open in the bottle.
I cannot do that. For love nor money, I can't do that.
I thought you'd learned a new trick.
I know it's
yes, you can, Ian. You can only you just need to learn it. That's a very simple move. Very simple move.
It's all about fulcrums and all that lot. But what you don't understand is my job. I shove a mouse around all day at work. So these hands, they're soft and they're sensitive. You know.
So then you get a bigger screwdriver with the flatter surface. That's it.
You know, it hurts.
Ian, a quick question for you.
Hey,
one day I'll learn you that.
Are they posted?
Sorry.
The envelopes, are they posted?
I miss you. What you say?
I said all them envelopes that you had ready to post, are they posted?
Yes, they went. And not what? Listen, they went on Thursday, Wednesday night, Thursday night. Not one person yet in the world, well, I'm saying the world, the UK, has yet said, hey, I've got a Road and Rocking Horse shit sticker.
I still don't believe they were actually sent. I think you're only pretending now that you're going to say, well, I sent them out and no one, I don't know where they're lost.
Oh, no. Broke me heart, it did. Broke me heart. I'm going to do the international ones this week.
Well,
The first one is...
Yeah,
for sure. You just saying that because I'm on here. That's right.
Ian, I promised someone. Where is it? This way. I promised someone their stickers a long time ago. So I'm just as bad as you.
I do say I am notoriously slow at posting. I do say that. You know, don't I, shirt scrapper? Listen, my bestest buddy had to wait 1 year to get a sticker.
Well, you know, good things are worth waiting for, Ian.
I bet you just say that because you're about the same age like Ian. That's only the reason.
What do you mean? Hang on. This guy's my brother. Hang on. I'm going to get a bit closer, make myself a little bit bigger, take the glasses off, stick some earphones on. Hang on.
Yeah.
Well, there's a bit of tash. Yeah, I tell you what, he's my brother. My younger brother.
I don't know how Sharky will dealing with his sending, but as far I know, he's sending his things right away.
He's efficient. He had a military background, you see. In the military, anyone had a military background was always efficient at anything to do.
Listen, I'm going to say one thing, and it's I had to look up the word inaugural.
Yeah, anyway, Ian, no one ever get harmed with the delay post, so that's all cool, buddy. I can wait. I still got like half of my life ahead of me, I guess.
Well, it's a good job myself or Ian haven't got responsibility for delivering kidneys or blood or anything, because if we did, a lot of people dead.
Raphael, yours is here, right next to me heart. So,
That's good enough.
no, seriously, I've actually gone and found a bog roll, a bog roll inner just to
Protect it.
just to send it.
Man, Ian, you guys have the widest toilet paper there.
Wow, I've got a big ass. It's big. It's way big.
I'll be right back. My dog is calling for me. Hang on just a second.
So, Ian, was that that last project you made there that you were showing us? Was that made for a customer? Is it?
Okay, let me tell you the story. Okay, it's actually, and this sounds bad. It's actually for my boss at work, or should I say, it's for my boss's daughter. And what happened is, I've got an iPhone, and you can't tell, but there's cracks all the way across it.
I seen your iPhone when I went and met you. I seen your phone.
That is shit. It's broken. It really doesn't work very well. Even that button doesn't work. You have to use a virtual button. Anyway, to cut a long story short, says to him, he said, "Do you want a phone?" I went, "Yeah, I'll have a phone." So he went and brought me his daughter's iPhone 8 Plus.
Whoa, look at that.
128 gig. The only problem is, and it's hard to tell, but just tell that it's rose gold. So he brought it, mate. It's in perfect condition. It's beautiful. And I'm like, wow, thanks very much. Take it home. The wife was like, "Oh, that's nice. Rose gold. That's a nice phone." And he said to me the day after, he said, "What do you think of the phone?" He says, "A bit girly, isn't it?" I said, "Well, to be honest," I said, my wife's like, "Yeah, I like that." And he went, "Well, I'll fetch you another one in." So a week later, he brought me another one in, an iPhone 7 Plus. He said, "They're just sitting in her drawer. She just gets a new phone and then puts it in a drawer." Now, I do know that she's well into Volkswagen camper vans. I thought, I'm honor bound to have to pay for this somehow.
Yes.
So
Yeah, actually, I can see the line of the story, because you get something really valuable from them, then you're gonna repay it back, but it's still your boss and so on. So you kind of delay a little bit with that. So make them wait as far you wait for your.
Hey, no, listen. At work, it's like, oh, look at him. He's like,
Yes. Shall we say at least hello to Snobby? He for like at least 3 minutes.
He waited patiently while he was telling the story.
Hello, Snobby.
Yeah, this is not my first time being on panel, so I know the rules.
Yes. So I was saying, Snobby found a nice lawnmower. If anyone has seen his video, and he was wondering would he keep doing it up or what would he do with it. So I said to keep it and do it up, because I was looking online and you get I see the shark scrapper coming to the side there. Hold on.
Whoa. Wow.
Do it again. Show us it again.
Torum.
Raphael, just have a look at that. Hold that up for a second again, Snobby. Raphael, have a good look at that fish and go back and watch Shark Scrapper's video and look at the logo and tell me the difference.
This is the difference already.
You'll have to watch it and see again.
And believe it or not, right? Believe it or not, guys, right? I mean, this has obviously come all the way from glorious Florida, right? All the way from Florida. I mean, it's probably been on an aeroplane and many, many different vehicles. And, I mean, literally within a week, Shark Scrapper said he's got stickers and he sent one straight out to me. Now, if this was... He could be waiting for an eternity.
Yes, Ian, I think he was talking about you.
No. How dare would I do that? I mean, I've even come up wearing
Oh, yes.
the scrapping Irish cap, you know?
Yeah.
So do I find all my scrapping Irish apparel now? Hang on.
Yeah.
So, Snobby, are you going to keep the lawnmower? Are you going to do it up? What are you going to do with it?
I've done a tiny little bit of research already. I've looked on Fleabag and I've seen one item on there
There we go.
that I could buy.
What you trying to tell me you didn't? What you trying to tell me you didn't get one of these, Snobby? You've got the old version.
Well, no, because most people don't wear a woolly hat in the summer, do they? They wear a cap. I mean, you know.
He just went and stuck a sticker over it.
Battery died, Ian.
Snobby, you were saying?
Oh yeah, I've seen the belts available, so I can buy a belt for it, and I can buy the actual roller wheel at the back that's got the two little yellow plastic lugs on. I'm missing one of them. What do you do? Do you keep hold of it? It's got to be about 25 years old plus, I would have thought, that mower.
Yeah.
You know, it is very old, and it works. The motor still works.
And was that the original power lead on it? Because it looked very new.
No, that's the original power lead. I'll tell you what, the guy must have had a back long, because the front long, when you see me pick it up, it's all crazy paved.
Yeah.
So the back long, I mean, the front yard looked very neat and tidy. So I can only imagine what the lawn was like out the back. It must have been like a bowling green, you know, like 1/4 inch grass, you know, that he trimmed up regularly.
Yeah.
There ain't one little chip or mark in the blades whatsoever.
Iris, can you make me bigger, please? Right.
Yeah, you said already you got some big pieces
I'm
of your.
just gonna show you. Come on. Oh, hang on. Just let me just need to unknot my wire.
Jeez, I'm getting dizzy. Fucking hell.
We've been dropped.
I've got to. Okay, right. Are we back in business?
We're back.
Right, Makita. That's a Makita. You can't see it. Right, I've just pulled that button out the top, and that is all it is, Snobby. Right, it's just a plastic button. You can use a screwdriver. All it is, you push it in, and it allows you to pull that switch and push it down.
Oh, okay.
And all they do is literally push in.
But I bet it's not supposed to just fall out.
Yeah, they do. If you drop them hard, they fall out.
If you drop them hard.
Oh, no, I'm always dropping mine hard. And
Poor old Scrapman 50 got a bit sick with a little spin you got him on there.
Apologies. So it's not all you got to do, you know, is stick a screwdriver in it. Also, press that little link, press it down, it'll fire up. Well, it should fire up anyway. It won't go down.
It has got this other tiny little switch to the side of it, which is an extra addition, I reckon.
No, that switch.
At the side, it's for the guard for the blade.
It's a laser. It will show a red line.
Oh
yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah,
yeah. The laser works.
Yeah, well, it will do.
Yeah, the laser works.
Get a screwdriver. Stick a screwdriver down that hole. Press it. Bring it down. See if it works. If it's worked, honestly, that's worth 75 quid of anybody's money.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah, I did have a look on eBay, and for a brand new one, I know it's a few years old, but they're like £500, aren't they?
Yeah, that one.
Not really bad idea. Just stick out screwdriver in it, and then just make the picture. And listen up, guys, this is work, and post the video or pictures for the sale.
That one there, Snobby, I paid £175 for that. Probably 18 years ago. You know, I bought it through work, so I didn't have to pay VAT. You know, so that has been a wonderful machine.
Oh, hello, Inland Revenue. Can I have a chat with you?
Yeah,
So,
it's
yeah.
amazing. It's amazing what people throw out daily.
Oh, it is. It's amazing. But what you've got to watch out for these, as you described, you don't chop down. You pull it out, bring it down, and shove it back.
Yeah.
That's how those work. You can clean those burrs out. You'll get it nice and running smooth. But what happens is if your wood is slightly bowed, if you're pushing it back, it'll bind and kick. When it kicks back against that aluminium frame at the back.
Right.
And what happens is it goes like that. It kicks one side back. That's tends to why they throw all these things away.
Yeah.
You're
kind of right, because you got like two pipes at the top and two pipes at the bottom. What guide your blade, and if you got too much loose and at the top one or bottom one, then you're losing your straight line cutting. That's all why they just throw their saw away.
Fucking hell, I have to prove this, don't I?
You can always
Yeah, I
guarantee.
just agree with you. You don't need to show it off and wear your.
Yeah, it's very similar, but when it kicks back, see that there? That is, stop it. Don't follow me, please. That is only a very tiny little bit of aluminium. When it kicks back, it bends it there, so your fence is no longer in line.
Yeah, mine ain't like that.
Thanks. I've just dug this out for nothing.
Yeah, it ain't got that round bit in. I don't think it's got that round bit.
Okay, well, now we get to watch Ian break his toe or something here. Maybe is there going to be blood involved?
More than likely, if Ian's involved.
Yeah, I mean, even if I can get it to work, just to cut rough wood, really rough wood, that like pallet wood and stuff like that,
Snobby, that will be still good to making like burn wood, like you say.
That works about that.
Cut away the pallets and whatever, just wood for burning or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's never gonna get some precise work done well.
Yeah, I mean, it needs a blade as well, which, that's not the end of the world.
Oh, Ian had one.
I'm not getting one. I'm not getting one. Go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
Yes, you do.
Yes, he will.
Come on, Ian. Show us your blade.
Show us
I
your
bet you have
blade.
plenty.
Show us your blade.
I was wondering if Ian was going to go pick up a lawnmower next and hold it up there for us to see it.
No, stop. He'll definitely lose a limb if he tried that.
Hey, come on, Sharky. We still want to have Ian with both of his hands and all set of fingers.
I was going to say, he's going to have both his hands. There just won't be any digits on them.
So, Ian, did the out-of-date Guinness stay down the last night?
Yes.
Yo, guys, I got a joke. Quick one. What is really hard to do with the worker of sawmill?
Sawmill.
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 Yeah.
Put trees together. I don't know.
Oh, hit the full high five.
If that's your best joke, don't go around any stand-up comedian jobs.
It wasn't my best one. I got better. So,
You've got
I'm still moderating.
Keep the day job.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay.
He works all night and he sleeps all day.
I'm sure I just heard Dusty say, if you want to really hear a really funny joke, ask Ian for a sticker.
Oh.
No, come on. Listen, and that surprises me because they went out Wednesday night, Thursday night, and yet no one yet has come up and said, "Hey, I've got rarer than rocking horse stuff."
Until I see someone on YouTube with one of your stickers, I'm not believing you sent them out.
I've got proof. I've videoed it. I should have uploaded it.
Oh, what, you videoed putting it in the post box? I just videoed.
Yeah, I did just for you lot because I knew you wouldn't believe me.
I just see 2 pictures and I really assume they are photoshopped or just made long time ago.
Yeah, I said they were Photoshop.
Situation. That's all.
There'll be a lot of people very, very happy tomorrow.
Yeah, we will see.
They'll all get them tomorrow.
Only the people in the UK.
You've been requested to send one further than the UK there, Ian.
I know. I'm going to do the international one this week. I've got this one to slip into an envelope for Ralph.
You might want to use something heavier than an envelope for that.
Yeah, I've got something special for Raphael there.
Yeah, for sure. I bet you have. The question is where you're gonna send it. Maybe better just to ship it somehow through the truck driver to Snobby, and I bet that's gonna come back to me quite quicker.
I tell you what, I mean, I was the business I work in. We get international drivers in, and this German driver came in, and I went, "Hello," and he was like, "Oh, and I'm like, "You speak German?" He went, "Yes, I speak English." Yeah. So what about in Germany you're from? And he said, "Such a place." I went, "You're only that far from my mate Guido." You come here often? Is every week? I said, "I'll have something for you next week."
Probably thought you're trying to smuggle drugs or something.
Well, he did ask. He said, "What is it?" I said, "It's just a lump of iron." I said, "But
Partners, welcome to the chat. I'm trying to keep an eye on people coming in, but I'm missing a few as they're coming in. Partners, welcome.
Hello, Edward. Partners.
See, that's the problem. Ian is just so damn entertaining. We miss what's going on in the chat.
Well, we get so much fun slagging them, and we lose track of anything else. I think Ian must be the most slagged person on YouTube, I think.
I've got broad shoulders. I can take it. I don't mind. This is nothing to what we get at work. I work 46 men and 1 woman.
That poor woman.
I tell you what, it's brutal.
On who? On men or on the woman?
on the men, it's brutal.
Yeah, okay. That need to be one crazy mad woman, I guess.
Well, I will tell you she's Polish, and
okay, so now I know what you mean.
She doesn't take any prisoners. She's Grunhilde.
Watch Ian's head getting bigger there now.
She's like Grunhilde. She's like, need a fork truck? No, I'm okay.
What's her name, Ian?
Her name's there's a Y, a Z, an X, a T, a C, a H, a Y, another Z, 2 Y's and another Z. We just call her Martha.
And what do you get? Martha.
Martha, yeah. Martha.
Yeah, there's lots of X and Y's and Z's in it. I just said, "Hey, you bitch, get this done over here."
How's that work for you?
Yeah. How's that go down?
It went once.
So it is Monday today, right?
Yeah. 3.5 day week.
So you've not been in today, then, Ian?
No, I've been off today. I've been working on that frigging thing all day. If I was a decent welder, I wouldn't have to grind my welds down all the time.
You
But I'm
know,
not a decent welder. I'm a shit welder. I'll tell you now, I'm a shit welder. I can make it stick together.
bit like me.
So, Ian, a couple days ago in one of the live streams, the chat got into a really weird discussion of unusual animals that people have consumed. And one of the things that came up was an ostrich. And so I made a note to suggest to you that you build an ostrich cooker.
An ostrich cooker? You mean an oven that looks like an ostrich?
Or no, well, the initial intent was one that was big enough to cook an ostrich.
I bet that is totally different things, Sharky, what you're saying. But if you want to see people consuming weird critters, you're supposed to go back to last Sunday. No, it wasn't Dusty. It was Braveheart Scrapper.
Oh, I rolled off 3 times last night.
Or a mistake. There was meat out few peeps who eat some maggots and worms and crickets and so on.
That was yesterday at Dusty Stream.
No, it wasn't yesterday at Dusty Stream. This was a couple days ago that I'm remembering, because they were.
It was on Sunday, but it was. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, my mistake. It was after Braveheart stream. Later on, Dusty stream. Exactly. Sure. That's what I mean.
Sure. I'd probably have to decline on that. It's just on the demand buyer ratio. You know, I'd build this ostrich cooker in the UK, and there's not really a big demand for cooking ostriches.
Well, okay. We just thought it might be an interesting thing to do. I wasn't speaking of the market viability by any stretch.
Look, struck off. It's just took me about 12 hours to build that.
We've done very well.
You know,
I wish I could build one in 12 hours.
Well, and there was plenty of mistakes along the way. The next one I would say would take me 5 hours. It's all about, overcoming the problems and the design issues, And what have you got in here? Although I've got everything. What have you got in here that you can actually make it with? So,
yeah, if you don't have it, Ian, no one has it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ian's got more stuff in there than most hardware stores.
Yeah, but that is it. That does cause problems.
Hold up.
Anytime when you turn into Ian and ask you, listen up, buddy, do you have the bolt like this size and this size in that length? Sure, I got. Come on, can I have it? Yeah, of course. Right after I found it, and then you end up 2 years later.
Here in the UK, here up north, we have a saying, and it's called. It's called. To translate, "Have you got?" But in our northern dialect, our vernacular, it's "ask eat." So, I skeet one of them. I have geet one of them.
What about how much?
So, Ian, that sounds very similar to a saying that we have down here in the South U.S., where you if you want to ask someone if they've eaten yet, you say "Jeet yet."
Jeet yet? I've Jeet yet? Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. No, you ought to.
We would probably say something like "Asked etten yet." Asked etten yet?
Are we still speaking English, or have we moved to another language?
Well, we're speaking well northern language here now. That's getting yet. What's geek? That's getting yet. What's geek for lunch? Any road?
I only
Shall
came up
we
to
just
talk
switch to
about
Polish? I will be good at it.
I thought we'd have a lovely conversation about scrapping and stuff like that. I thought that's what this was about. And I thought, oh, well, I'll click the link and go up there. You know, let's talk about scrap for an hour or so.
Well, let's talk about scrap again because we're all scrappers.
True. I
So,
agree.
yeah. So we started on about scrap, asking, well, we've seen what Ian built, which isn't really scrap, but he built it out of scrap, probably.
Thank you. You didn't call it scrap. Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, I was saying that I might do on my channel is bring a different scrapper up every Monday night, and just do a half an hour of asking them how they got into scrap and how they got into YouTube from the scrap and stuff like that. I was thinking about doing that maybe, you know, on it, and then move on to other
I
stuff.
can get that over and done with now. I sort of met this over here. I was watching him, and I thought, you know what, he's like my granddad.
You know, Irish, I will say that is great idea, but with such a set of the peeps in the panel right now, forget about it.
Are you insinuating that this is all there is? There's no one else.
Well,
No,
listen,
there's no one else in the UK there, ain't.
listen. Mine was easy. I was about 12 years old, and my dad came out to work, and he got a job in a scrapyard as the night watchman.
Okay, sorry, Ian. Can I stop you for a while? So that's mean right now we got like 30 minutes off, and you are gonna just question Ian, right?
No, it only take 1 minute.
But I bet you're gonna go for 30.
No, oh, listen, it's 2056. Now, my carers are already banging on the kitchen window saying it's bath time. You know? So anyway,
Your father got a job.
so anyway, scrapping ice. I was about 12-year-old. Everyone else, all the other kids had paper rounds. I didn't have one. So I went over to my dad one night while he was on nights looking after the scrapyard, and he was sorting out a bit of scrap. I ended up sorting out, going round taking old aluminium number plates off cars. Okay, and then the owner said, well, if you do that, I will give you a 6p per pound for all the aluminium you collect.
Wow.
I'll give you a shilling per pound for all brass and copper that you collect. So that was it. I collected a scrap. I was on it. I got 13. I was 13 then, and I collected this, and he gave me, I don't know, he gave me a few bob. Give me a few bob, and that was it. I was like, hang on, you can pick shit up off the floor and people give you money. I was like, that is the life for me.
So that was you hoot. Then you were in the scrap world from then on.
That was the reason I probably failed school, because every night I went straight to the scrapyard and started earning money. You know, didn't bother with school. It was money all the time.
So, Ian, you were collecting the scrap at the scrapyard?
Yeah, so it got, you know, the horse and carts. The horse and carts would come in with all the shit, all the stuff on. Gradually, I ended up working at the yard. So, like, it was literally rag bone men. So all the rags would come in, would bale the rags up during the day. So I'd get some wages, but I would also get a payment for how much I stripped the stuff. You know, so in those days, you know, gearboxes were the washing machines with the wrangles on top, with the mangles on top. Was as electric washing machines was coming into the fore, a lot of them got scrapped, and I used to break all the aluminium castings off, you know, to get the aluminium out. and things like that. You know.
Evening,
So
Tina.
I'll ask the same question to Snobby. How did he get into scrapping?
Well, I believe my great grandfather was a rag and bone man, and no, I'm only kidding. It just naturally happened. I don't know really where it started from. I know it started from my old man, and I believe it could have started from my grandfather because he actually worked in a hospital, and he was a boiler man in the hospital that had to put the coal in the boilers to supply all the heating for the hospital. So there was obviously a lot of maintenance with pipe work and all that sort of thing. I would have thought, and there would have been brass valves and all that type of good stuff back then. And I would imagine it started from there, and that led on to my dad picking up bits and pieces, and then me and my brother picking up bits and pieces when we were kids. So,
Brass valves.
yeah, things like that, big valves. I mean, there was a big plant room, a big boiler house. That could be red brass, that in, couldn't it?
I've thrown it off floor. I'm not picking it up again. No, it's.
Oh, come on, let's have another close up. It looked like red brass to me.
You're taking piss with me here, Snobby. Listen, I'll you out now.
I made a big screen and he just disappeared from it, so everyone wants to know what it was.
Just for him. Do you remember the video I did where it was like a big look? How am I going to get all this in the car? That's
your exercise. You need that.
No, this is actually from that video. I've not yet filmed this bit. So, yeah, but let's turn it around. I did run an angle grinder across it. And there we go.
Can you put it closer to the camera, Ian? Oh, that's just yellow brass, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just brass. It's heavy, though. That's...
that's 5 kilo?
Yeah, 6 kilo, yeah.
Yeah, at least 5.
Yeah.
I must say.
Skills. I've no skills.
So I'm going to ask Shark Scrapper the same question. How did he get into scrapping? If he wants to tell it.
Well, before I get into that, though, I missed what was down inside the valve, though. Could you pick that up again in the camera, but turn it so we can see in the valve?
Listen, I don't know. Listen, you're American. I don't know if you've ever heard this saying. And it's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yep, we've got it.
Yeah.
What's happened at third time?
Okay, so we'll let Shark tell us how he got into scrapping.
So I was a young lad, and my dad was a Navy civil engineer, a Seabee, and he would take me with him and we would tear down old houses, and he would save up the beams and the pipes and the wires, and he would even have me straighten out nails so that he could then build barns out of all the pieces and stuff that came out of these houses that we would tear down. We would reuse the windows. I mean, it was amazing. And so that just sort of stuck with me throughout my life then. And when I was in the Navy, I was always scrounging around to figure out what I could find to fix things rather than have to, go use taxpayer money to buy it and that kind of stuff. So it was, that's what I attribute it to.
The hours I've spent straightening nails. I know I'm with you there, Shark Scrapper.
I refuse to straighten a single nail now. In fact, sometimes I just bend them for the fun of it.
Are we talking about round heads, or are we actually talking about the old square head ones?
We would find them with the old square head, and man, ugh.
So,
Anyways.
Raphael, same question.
The square one was quite hard to straight up, I guess.
That wasn't the question. I was asking you, how did you get into the scrapping?
Yeah, I just heard that, but I just was in between or something. Anyway, what made me into the scrapping? Reusing and low income on my home family, so I cannot afford anything new or something like that. So I need to find out the way to reuse or restore or recycle stuff.
Yeah.
And at certain point, I was lucky enough to get some practice at some workshop when we build machines, and instead of filling out the company trash bin, I just grab all the shred files, and when I get lucky, we got some stainless steel files and brass files. I clean up the machine, sort it out, sell it out, and my boss was happy because he got empty bins, and I was happy because I get extra money. And yeah, that's the way. I used to carry it with my backpack, and yeah. Later on, just stay on me.
Yeah, Raphael, we call that make and mend. I was, I was poor. I couldn't afford out. It was like you just went to your neighbours and said, "Can you do this for me? And can you do that for me?" And that's the way it was, and that's where it is now. People come to me and say, "Can you do this?" And you're paying back for what the dad, the granddad did for you 40 years ago.
Yeah, actually, just David put some comment in the chat right now. Right now, this is beer money, but back then it was like new shoes, new shirt, new trousers, and so on. And it all help out at the home budget. That's why.
Of course, Raphael, the challenge that I had was our neighborhood was so poor that nobody had shoes. So we couldn't just rebuild shoes. And so walking that mile in the snow to go to school in the winter was just really cold.
Oh, so you
only uphill both ways?
Mile. You only had to walk 1 mile.
Well, it was uphill
either. You never said it was uphill.
No. Listen, I walked to school 5 miles and it was uphill both ways.
How it can be both way uphill?
I didn't even think it snowed in Florida.
We weren't living in Florida then.
So, what does everyone like about scrapping? What do you hate about it? Like, I hate what I hate about scrapping is, let's say, I do a lot of e-waste. I don't bother with the big stuff because I don't have anywhere to store big stuff. Like Ian, I don't have a big shed or anything like that. So I can only work with e-waste because it's only a small amount of stuff. And what I hate about it is the amount of little screws I have to take out to make any bit of money, because I have nowhere to sell these. I can't go in and get any money for selling these. It's not, all I get is shred price, where if I take it apart, I'll make a bit more through the gold. So I hate about the amount of screws I have to take out to get my scrap out. But what I like about it is most of my scrap is free. I get it all free, so I make money. Anything I get out of it is free money. So, Shark, what do you like about it and what do you hate about it?
Well, I like that it is, for the most part, free, although I do bid on surplus auctions and things like that. And that we are taking stuff that would otherwise just fill up the landfills and turning it into something, putting it into a recycle stream. Let's see, what I hate about it is, especially here in Florida, all the little nasties that like to take up home in some of the stuff that I'm taking apart. Sometimes that can be some pretty vicious surprises.
Like in fridges.
Hang on, let me ask you all a collective question, because some people scrap and they scrap for the money, right? Do you all scrap for the money, or is the money just a Brucey bonus because you enjoy doing it? Myself, I like getting something thrown away. I like taking it to bits. I like seeing how it's built. I like seeing how I can deconstruct something. You know, the money side of it is.
I got straight answer to that, Ian. You know, most of my scrap, what you see on my videos, it's basically some kind of candy scrap, especially candy e-waste, right? And all of that, I need to pay for it. So there is your answer. I'm not getting that scrap for the work. I'm just getting that scrap for the fun. Otherwise, I will not pay for that, right?
Well,
Okay.
Dusty took apart a microwave today. She's done another, I think she's done another 4 today. And in one of these microwaves,
You beat me, Irish. You beat me.
she found something in the back of one today. And it was a little bit of a surprise, really, because there's no way that this item actually fell in the back because it's all screwed down, right? So this item was actually placed in there. It's got a date on this. This was in the back of a microwave today.
I'll make it bigger.
Chocolate. This is really good chocolate.
Sure getting. Oh, you see those everywhere.
Oh,
Right, the date on this was 2014. So this has been placed in there. They must have unscrewed the back, put this in, and it still had the chocolate in it, but it all gone to like dust. Completely got the dust. I thought it was full up with money at first, but it wasn't.
So, Snobby,
Hey,
that question that Dean asked about, do you do it for the money, or do you do it for the fun, or what reason do you do scrapping?
I would say right now with the kids, my kids ain't kids anymore, but they're at that point now where they could get married at any point. They're 29 and 30 this year, and as yet they're not married, but that could happen, who knows, next month, next 6 months, next year. And the guarantee will be that they'll want to get married abroad, because we've been to quite a few weddings that have been abroad, and they're much financially cheaper. To get married in the UK, you're talking £25,000-30,000 to get married, with all the singing and dancing wedding. A minimum of £20,000 to get married. Yeah, it's a lot of money. And then honeymoon and everything like that. So a lot of people now just get married abroad. They buy a package and you just get married abroad. And obviously you've got to have that money there just to grab hold of and go, right, we're ready. Come on, we've got the tickets. Let's go. So it's almost like a little bank vault right now.
Right,
So,
I'm going to disagree with you, actually. I'll tell you why I'll show you why I disagree with you. Because anybody who makes focus, anybody who makes plug soup, right? Right? Anybody who's got to take the trouble to take the brass pins out of them,
Yeah.
right, doesn't do it because it's not cost effective. They would just weigh that in and get 150 pound a ton straight for plugs. So you do it because in a way, you like me. If you've got it, you're gonna strip it down, you're gonna micro scrap it.
Yeah.
Because you've got it. And lady, look, give it you, so it's not fair to just just pass it on. You've got to strip it down to its micro components.
No, well, I feel sometimes that I'm doing something for the environment as well, in my own little world.
Yes, you're right.
In my own little world, I mean, I see these terrible things of tortoises in the sea and all that with straws up their nose and beer rings around their mouths and all that type of thing. And I think, you know what? If there was many more people like me that done recycling in a much more friendlier way rather than just discarding all this stuff. I mean, the UK sort of goes on about recycling and the world and everything like that. That we're the victims, like that. We're the ones that do it. Yet it's the rest of the world.
I knew you would have to do this to me. You mean like turtles?
Yes, I mean, when you see things that got straws up their noses and all that, they've sniffed too much cocaine or whatever.
Do you know what turtles are good for?
Soup?
Well, making a lot of people happy when they see them in the sea, like in.
No, they're great for opening bottles.
But to answer Ian's question as well, I first got into scrap and I thought I was going to make a load of money out of it, and it was going to be easy money, and it was going to be this, and it was going to be that. Then I just got into it and I was saying, this is going to cost me more than what I'm going to get out of it, but I want to be able to take this and turn it into gold at the end. It's more that I can do it rather than what I'm going to make out of it, because I'll never sell the gold. I'll hold on to it because I have a full-time job. I'm not on the bread line. I'm not at the moment. It could all change in a year's time, but it's more a hobby. It's more that I can do it.
Yeah, it's a hobby.
Yeah, and again, people go, oh well, the asset cost you this and your time, and when you take your time into it, you're not making money out of it. I go, well, if you take up golf, you have to buy the golf clubs, you have to pay the membership, your time out in the golf club doing your hobby, it costs you money. Any hobby costs money. But at the end of mine, I'll have something to show for it, hopefully, like a little bit of gold or a lot of gold, hopefully. So that's the reason I do it. It's not. I'm never going to get rich out of it because of the time it takes. It takes a lot of time to take something from this, get it all processed down into the actual gold powder, and then get it into a gold bar. So if you calculate the time, your own time, the assets and stuff like that, it's never going to be worth it financially, but it's just that I can do it, that I do it.
Oh, that's true. I mean,
that is totally true. Just look behind me and look at all these tools, what's hanging right behind me. They are not free. Look all this stuff. There is like tons of stuff.
But Raphael, when you're up there on a space station, you have to have everything there, don't you?
Yeah, that's also true. That's also true.
Now, again, like Shark Scrapper is making money, I think, because he is doing more bigger stuff like the brass, the aluminium, the steel, where I don't bother with that. I just do the micro scrapping. But so, Shark, do you do it financially? Like, is it financially worth doing for yourself?
Oh no, not if I was doing a fair accounting of wear and tear and fuel in the truck and time. This you wouldn't be doing this for the money. I mean, look at some of the scrappers that we see, that many of us are subscribed to, that are essentially destitute, living from one scrap load to the next, barely getting by. Now, I'm very fortunate because I have multiple streams of revenue that I've built up over the course of my lifetime. So for me, being able to take stuff and put it in the recycle stream and essentially just break even, as long as I'm not counting my time, is fine by me. That works for me. But not everybody's in that situation. So
yeah.
So far as I look into my head, I know, like, let's say 4 or 5 names what live out of the scrapping. So that will be Jackpot Digger, and yeah, they really make it.
Yeah.
Weather Wars, we all see his, ups and downs, and he just say it out loud at his videos. We've seen Marty, the
Steel Scrap
Kingdom. We've seen
they've got the guy with the orange roll-on, roll-off truck, but he also does removals as well.
Pass clearance.
Oh yeah,
Phil,
H something.
Canadian treasure hunter.
Yeah.
What else? Uberism, right? Uberism and then some number.
Yeah, well, I think E-Waste Bin now makes most of his money from YouTube rather than the actual scrapping, I think.
Yeah, and Moose.
And Moose, yeah.
I will not be sure about e-waste because you see his stuff and his pickups, so
Yeah.
probably he get good amount of money for that, and especially he gets some special buyers for that, right?
Yeah. Now, I
He
just want to do
does
some
go to the
housekeeping
scrapyard.
for a second. So everyone be quiet for a second. I want to say hello to a few people that came in case they think I've ignored them. Jimmy C came in. UK Scrapper, Scrapping Together. Let me see, was there someone else I missed? I think Ali Mack is in there. I said okay to him. Braveheart Scrapper, who we all know was Tina, but now is got her new name.
I'm so gutted it weren't Scrap McBortyface Scrap Lassie.
Well, I think I've got everyone new that came into the chat there. If I missed anyone, put it in the chat and I'll highlight you. I just don't want to be ignoring anyone now. So, it's
Yo,
one
Irish,
pack.
you missed one guy. You missed one guy.
You miss
gonna-
Ralph. Scrap it, Ralph.
Scrapper Ralph is on the panel.
No, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
he's on the panel.
He's down here.
He's not
Okay, so what was in the box?
Having
Oh,
any?
that's what I was about to do.
Say one
About
word.
to open the box.
Oh, you
I'm
haven't
gonna
yet.
make myself- Hold on,
That's why
hold
I'm
on,
here.
hold on. Right. Ralph, what was your guess?
What's in there? How big
Yeah.
is it? I have no idea. A modem.
Okay. Raphael, what do you think it is?
Like I said, some e-waste circuitry and so on.
Okay. Scrap Sharker, what do you think?
Hold it up again, please.
Or Shark Scrapper?
A board.
It's full of
Okay.
memory modules, I think.
Ian, what do you think's in the box?
Who sent it to you?
I'm not saying.
Right. I'm going to go way out on a limb here. I'm going to say it's a tray of memory sticks.
Okay. And Snobby, what do you think?
My guess was it's something that you're going to send to me.
Okay. I'll make myself bigger for this one.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Du-du-du-du-du.
Your robbery.
Drum roll.
I'm so excited.
It's a pizza. I bet it's a pizza.
And you're supposed to show it.
They used to be my stickers.
Oh,
Now
there's
they're
new
my
stickers.
stickers.
Oh, yeah.
I got my new stickers.
Yeah. Can you
I should
compare
have known.
side by side?
Okay, so
Yeah.
that means
Quite
Snobby
a
win.
bit bigger.
Yeah. One looks,
Congrats, Snobby.
don't get me wrong here, but one looks square and one looks round.
So this is round. It's just peels off.
Oh, it's just bigger.
Ah,
just bigger.
sticky stickers.
Oh, wicked.
Where are you gonna stick it? No, I was thinking you put it on your forehead.
It was helpful if I stuck it the right way around.
Well, I think you were correct, Snobby. Something he's going to send to you, and he's going to send it everywhere.
So everyone in the chat who wants one of these stickers, I'll put my email in there, send your address, and I'll do better than Ian. I will get them before the end of this year to you.
That's another thing.
That was like.
So as you can see, I have a good pile of them. So anyone that wants one,
Actually, it's look like it's burn your some mark on your t-shirt.
What's that?
there we go. So as you can see in, hold on, I'll make it there. Look at that. So there's the old Scrap and Irish sticker. So anyone that wants one of the new ones and one of the old ones, because I still have old ones left as well, I will send both out.
Well, like
So I'll
a
put my email address in the chat. Oh, hold on now, make myself back to normal.
The little leprechaun.
So anyone that wants one, I'll put the email in and just email me your address and I'll send them out to you. So it's
Hi, laddie, send me one of them decals. Send me.
Decal. You want a decal, do you?
Yes. I don't know. I'm not good at that.
I'm getting well dirty looks from the Curers. It's nearly 9:30. So I'm going to bow out.
Ian.
Oh, don't start your tricks again.
Hey, yeah, buddy, you
We're
can't
talking
do
about stickers and he runs off.
Go on, you said,
So,
Ian.
He's got to get up early and
Yeah,
go to the
I was
post
just gonna
office
say,
tomorrow. Come on.
I was just going to say, Ian, regarding that Makita saw, yeah, someone else did mention that perhaps I should try a red raw plug in that hole. And but you reckon just shove anything in the hole just to make it click the thingy so you can push
Yeah.
it down and cut.
Yeah. Anything, a screwdriver.
Pencil.
It's not connecting to anything electrical. It's just altering a. It's a
Sure.
physical. It's a physical switch. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're not touching a micro switch. You're actually pressing down and altering a lever. You know, so anything.
Something I've never asked you before, Ian. When you obviously go to work and that, right? Do you take a lunchbox?
I usually take a carrier bag full.
He takes an old bag.
So you don't go up to the shops and buy like a pie and mash or pie and chips or anything like that. You take sandwich.
Whoa, hang on a bit. You know, a loaf only costs 47p. That can last me a week. You know, 2 each. You know.
And so, what's your favourite sandwich?
Cheese, ham, and tomato. With
Cheese,
pickle.
Oh,
With
On
pickle.
toast? On toast
Okay, now
or?
I got
fry?
one question. Sorry, Sharky, go on.
Oh, I was just asking if that was on toast or rye.
Yeah, on toast. Yeah, I like toast. I only eat brown bread. I only eat brown bread. I don't eat white bread. It's tasteless. You know.
Okay, now it's my turn. Ian, have you ever take stinky cheese to your work?
Yeah.
Okay, that's following another question. How your colleagues react to that?
Well, I'm 6 foot and I'm almost 19 stone. I don't really give a shit what they think.
But anyway, that's follow another question. Do you have your own separate table when you bring up the stinky cheese?
To be honest, and it's very poor form, I eat at my desk.
Hmm.
You know.
The
Okay,
Lord,
that's
the Lord
another
cannot eat with the
question.
peasants. Will you stop? How can the Lord eat with the peasants?
Ian, buddy, how your clients react at this smell of stinky cheese at your desk?
We don't get clients. We're not that type of business. People don't come to us.
Okay, so that changed the question. How your coworkers react to coming to your desk?
I've told you, I'm 6 foot 19 stone. I don't give a shit what they say.
The question is not about what they say, but how they act.
Yeah.
Is it some reaction?
Well, one of my other things, my favourite food is smoked mackerel. I often eat smoked mackerel. So I sling that in the microwave and fire that up for about
Oh, the smell that'd make.
Oh, we used to have a rule: no fish in the microwave.
and that tends to empty the office.
Oh my God! You smell that
Same as an
for
Ian fart.
You know, I bet that is your strategy to just keep yourself, busy enough, but not too occupied.
You know, you mentioned a fur. Then what is that? I don't know. Listen, if you're wearing underpants and you're wearing jeans or pants and you fart, okay, and everyone else can smell it, okay, then what the hell is a mask going to do against this coronavirus?
Well, hopefully your fart is not spraying droplets of liquid all over the place, or you got other problems.
If it does,
I don't care what you're doing
Underpants
next
are
to me in the office, as long as you're not splattering on my plate into my food. I don't really care.
Oh my God, that we always come out with a question. You know when you fart and they go, yeah, does it have lumps in it? And they go, no. Well, I've shit myself then.
So these two English gentlemen are talking to each other, and the one says to the other, "So there I was in the Serengeti when this lion jumped out of the brush at me, and I pulled up my rifle, and it jammed." And the other one said,
"Hang on, was he English?"
I'm not sure what accent that was, quite honestly.
He sounded like a southerner.
And the other guy says, "Heavens, what happened?" And he says, "Oh, well, I shit myself." And the other guy says, "Well, that's quite acceptable." He says, "No, just now, I just shit myself."
And I'm waiting for the punchline.
It was all in the accent.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to pull off that southerner accent. It really
Speaking
is.
of the Serengeti, or what was it? I was walking through the desert, and in the distance, it was completely nothing to see there. There was only beach. There was no water, only beach. 28 days, yes. Sandra Bullock.
Free inside the broken laptops.
If you haven't seen it, that's actually quite an interesting movie. If you're
have you ever watched this one? It's time.
So I was walking on this beach where there is no water. It's basically a big desert, and in the distance I see something moving, and I walk closer to it, and it's one of those really big smoothed boulders. It's kind of like flat and egg shaped, and on basically the tip there's a guy sitting with one leg on one side, one leg on the other side, and he's going like this. And I'm like, okay. So I kind of pass him by and walk in another direction, and I see something moving a bit further up, and I walk to there, and when I get close, another big flat rock and another guy on there. And I'm like, what the hell is this? So I just pass over a hill, and I just get away from these crazy people. And then a bit further off, there's a guy on a big flat rock. It was even bigger than the other rocks, and he was just sitting like this, smoking a cigarette, looking around. And I got closer, and I hello, and he's like, hi, and I walk up to him. I said, "Yo, what are you doing here, sitting on this big rock?" And he's like, "Oh, just resting a bit." I said, "There was a couple of guys on rocks over there. They were going like this." He said, "What? They're that close?" Crickets.
Oh my God.
Ralph,
It actually could have been on Top Gear. This is a real joke.
Ralph, that was really bad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So is that a cigar, or is that one of those cinnamon sticks?
All my jokes are too rude to tell on here, so I just have to say it.
These are proper Cuban cigars. But I don't
Yeah,
smoke
but what's the point to put it in your mouth with the plastic, Ian?
because I don't smoke.
So why you even put it in your mouth? So at least
so I can do the Jimmy Savile impersonation at times.
You definitely don't want to be doing Jimmy Savile impersonation.
yeah. Anyway, what are you gonna do after it? You're gonna give it to someone?
Well,
Well,
if someone smokes, yes.
I know someone that smokes cigars. I'd say they're in the panel there.
Who?
I'd say Snobby smokes cigars, would he?
No, not me. No.
Would you not know? I thought you smoking, don't you, Anio?
No, I don't ask me how it happened, but I accidentally got sent of 100 Cuban cigars. So I have sent a few out now. Johnny 5 had a couple. I know when my lad went to Mogadishu.
Mogadishu?
Mogadishu. I sent him 20 cigars, and when they finished the exercise, they all had a cigar. I've sent a few out. I've still got about 50 left. But
Right,
anyway.
guys. Anyway, I'm going to dip back because I'm really getting hot in here now.
If he's going, it's good night from me, and it's
Good night from him.
and it's good night from him.
Thanks, guys.
To you, to me, to you, to me, to me, to you.
See you in the week. And I will catch up with Shark Scrapper and Ian on their videos ASAP. Right? I've had a very, very busy day.
Me too.
Everybody in the chat, UK Scrapper, Edward. See you in the week, guys.
Good night, Snobby. And,
Later.
you guys, Rafael, Ralph, Shark, Irish,
Take care.
everybody in chat. I'll catch you around and about somewhere. The couriers are battering the door down here. Right.
Okay, yeah, one more question. I'm just kidding. Good night, buddy.
Ian, are you working? Do you work tomorrow?
I'm at work tomorrow.
You're at work tomorrow. Well, then you should get to sleep, man. What have you been on this thing for so long for?
Exactly.
Well,
How are you thinking, sir?
it is only 9:30, you know.
He's allowed to stay up till 10. He's going in now for some comp plan, and it's straight to bed.
God plan. I'll probably get a smacker out of head and say, why you've been playing in that garage so long. Right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Ian. Take care.
So, Scrapping Irish, I don't think you had a chance to ask Ralph the questions.
Yeah, Ralph. Ralph isn't really into scrapping. He's more into casting. So, Ralph, what got you into your casting?
Into casting?
Yeah.
I think video games, kind of, because I was always a fan of stuff like Lord of the Rings. I think that would mean the most to most people, like the adventure games where you collect armor and swords and weapons and fight dragons and enemies and stuff. And usually there was like you go visit the blacksmith to upgrade your gear. But in some video games, you can actually do the crafting and the blacksmithing yourself, and then you have to mine ore and make ingots and turn that into your weapons and stuff. So at some point I started playing Minecraft, and the standard Minecraft only has gold, iron, and I think those are the only two metals you can actually mine. There's diamonds, coal, but there's not that much in there. But I started playing like a modded version of Minecraft, and that also had copper and tin and lead and uranium and all kinds of stuff. It was basically so advanced. There were like 180 mods, extra tiny packages of software added into Minecraft. It was insane. It basically turned into a whole new game. But in that, there was also aluminium in the game, but there was no aluminium ore in the game. So I was wondering, where the hell do I get aluminium from? Because I wanted to make aluminium bronze in the game, because I needed that for a certain project in the game. And then I learned that from bauxite ore, aluminium is actually a byproduct. That's kind of how they get. But I was Googling how to melt aluminium in Minecraft, or how to get aluminium in Minecraft. And lo and behold, there was the King of Random's video of the Mini Metal Foundry, how to melt aluminium at home. And I saw the video and I thought, I'm going to do that too. And that's kind of how that happened.
Okay, and
the scrapping is basically I was looking for people who were doing the melting and the casting, and I stumbled upon E-Waste Ben, who had a video like a free copper bar from CRT TV or something like that, or from a microwave, I don't really remember. And he had like a big bundle of copper that he molten down into one ingot, and that was from one television. And I thought that was brilliant. So I started scrapping CRT televisions and looked for where to get more metals to scrap and to melt. And that's how I kind of got into the whole scrapping community.
Okay, and then what? Well, you don't really do lives, but what made you decide to start doing videos on it?
Well, when I started working on the foundry, building the foundry, I just took a couple of pictures just to show people how I made the thing. And at some point, I was melting, I think, wheel weights. The zinc wheel weights, and first the lead ones, then the zinc ones, and another free disc. Ages 3 to 5.
This is ages 3 to 5. It's right around my age group, so for learning.
Yeah. I can learn some proper English.
Yeah.
And my brother started kind of filming what I was doing because he thought it looked interesting to see the molten metal flow, and friends of mine asked me, "Oh, are you working on that foundry?" Because I told them I was going to be building the thing. "Are you working on that foundry? Are you melting stuff yet?" So I sent them a couple of pictures through WhatsApp, and they said, "No, I want to see a video of the metal flowing." So my brother filmed a couple of things. Yes, David, he was one of the first people that did metal casting that I started following because of his stack of ingots, and that's kind of why I stack my ingots similarly on a slightly smaller shelf. Yeah, and then I was kind of bored of constantly sending my videos through WhatsApp to this friend and then to that friend and then to this friend, and I mean that all my data bundle got ripped by sending all this stuff everywhere. And then I remembered, I think I registered on YouTube once because I wanted to put a comment on a video somewhere. I don't really remember what it was, or maybe a thumbs up, I don't know. And then I had to register. So my account is made in 2011 somewhere, but my first upload was in October of 2018, and I didn't consider myself to be a YouTuber then, because what I did was I just took my whole folder of files and just dumped it on my channel and said to my friends, here's the link. I'll call you when I put something new on there. And then one of the smart guys said, no, I just click the bell and then I automatically get a notification when you put something new on there. I thought, oh, that's handy. And I kind of kept putting stuff out when I made new stuff and started filming. Some of my earlier stuff is all in Dutch, and all of a sudden I started speaking English because I thought someone might run into this. You never know. And all of a sudden I got comments in English on my videos, and it was from people I didn't know. And there's a couple of metal casters or people who do metal casting that I follow, and at some point Paul's Garage was live, and I had no idea what a live stream was. I didn't even know it was a thing on YouTube back then. That was like late 2018. And I was in the chat and typing in the chat and, hey, Paul, how are you doing, blah, blah, and he read my name out loud, and, oh, a famous person said my name, you know. he had like 20,000 subscribers back then, ish, maybe 15, I'm not really sure. I think he's at 27 or 30,000 now. But yeah, and I saw a name in there that was Dutch. I said, hello, Dutch name. And then the guy spoke Dutch to me, and found out that he also does metal casting. And it's the guy Metal Scrapper, who sometimes pops by. He sometimes even in Snobby stream or Rafael stream, I think. He told me, oh, if you want... no, wait. I was checking his subscribers, and he was lower than me because I was at 50-ish something, and he was at 30-ish something. And I was hassling everybody around me, all my friends, subscribe to my channel, you know. And I looked at his channel like a week later, and he was at 80. And I sent him a message, no, I ran into him at another live stream by the same guy, and I said, "How the hell did you grow how did you get so many subscribers in such a short time? I'm hassling people left and right to subscribe to my channel, and sometimes people do and sometimes they don't." And he said, "Oh, you have to go to Recycle Dude. He does shout outs, and then he shows your channel, and then people will subscribe to you." I thought, genius! And I went over to Recycle Dude, and he was on panel with Gill Skills, and then I met everybody, connected to everybody. And that's how I ended up here, basically.
Okay. Well, I'll ask the same question to Shark. How did he get into YouTube then? What's Shark showing us first?
Golden pins.
Oh, yes. He's working on pins.
They got a lot of gold on them.
Golden pins. Dun, 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 dun.
Camera doesn't like to focus on the stuff close up. Sorry about
I'm
that.
thinking of get. You can get one of those cameras or rigs to have a camera point straight down. The people in the coin community use those to like zoom in on a coin on the details of small coin, and you can use that to show like electronics and stuff as well. I'm thinking of either rigging a setup like that or maybe getting one.
You can just use a few pieces of extruded alu profiles. So you put two profiles vertically, and then one horizontally. Then you just stick your phone on it, and you just slide it on. And then
that'll work.
On your phone never lose the focus on them, though. As you're sliding those profiles on one on each other, they make crazy sounds. I tell you.
Okay, so I'll ask Shark again. What took him onto YouTube? Why did he decide to go on YouTube doing videos?
So I just thought it would be fun. I had been doing the e-waste scrapping for many years, and was a big fan of e-waste Ben and Moose Scrapper, and was watching their stuff, and it just seemed like they had a lot of fun when they were doing it, and they were sharing a lot of good information. So I thought, that seems like a fun creative outlet. I would give that a try, but. It actually took a lot of encouragement from E-Waste Ben before I finally did it. He kept after me to do it, and so it was just sort of something fun to get started doing.
Well, you got a boost. You got a rolling start, basically. It's like all the cars are at the finish line, and you get to go one lap and build up speed, and then as soon as the flag goes to everyone to start, you cross the finish line going, and the rest has to go kind of like that. I saw a video of you, one of your videos from like 1 or 2 days ago, and you had almost 800 views on them. I have videos now reaching 800 views after a freaking year.
Yeah, if Ben shouts you out, you get a good boost straight away.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
yes, David. Also watch Redneck Metals. Yeah,
it was very fortunate and a total surprise that when he gave me that shout out. And you're right. I mean, it strapped a rocket booster to the channel when he did that.
And those are real subscribers, because the people who watch E-Waste Ben.
Remember now when you're big, all those little small scrappers? Remember us?
Yeah.
Don't forget about us.
So I saw you messing around with some really big chunks of brass, and I was like, brass, drooling there. I want to melt. And then you mentioned that you might want to melt it, and I was like, you copycat.
Well, I am keeping some metals behind because I do want to try that when I'm.
It's a lot of fun.
So yeah. Hey, I think I saw that Dusty was leaving. Good night, Dusty.
So I want to ask Raphael, why did he start doing his videos?
Good question. Why did I? I did start like long time ago just for fun.
In a galaxy far away.
Exactly, that's totally correct, Ralph. In galaxy far away, though I haven't any gear at me at some point. I did make 1 or 2 videos and just posted up out of blue with still different names like I have right now. But anyway, I didn't see any interest in it. I still, though, keep my first video at my channel already, what I'm using right now. My first video is still on. But after, let's say, 5 years after, 5 or 7 even, because I get my channel about 2011 or 12, something like that, just to post the video. Before that, I do watch, like you all guys said, those names like E-Waste Ben and Moose Scrapper and Mike Scrapper and many others. But as I post my first vid, there was no reaction at it at all. Of course, now I understand, because there was like crappy view, shitty quality, and so on. But I do have back then only like crappy phone, and that's it. Anyway, after some time, I just get in touch with the E-Waste Ben, I guess. Yeah, that was him. And we just got a few little talk about, I don't even remember what was about.
When you won the ingot.
No, it was like a little bit before.
Oh, okay.
I won the ingot right after that, and we just got like just few, let's say, comment switch between us. And then I said, maybe I supposed to just make my own video about that, because I comment on something what he does. And he said, yes, go ahead, buddy, do it. And I said, okay, why not? So I began to make my, own content. And yeah, so far, after some time, I did upgrade. And yeah, my first beats was really bad quality, and sound of it was really bad. But yeah, it's get better. As far as you work, it's get better.
What was the contest that you won the ingot? Was it guessing the number of HDDs he had in all the tubs? I remember that, or was it before that?
No, it was long before.
Yeah, but I remember him mentioning you, and back then I didn't even know who you were.
Okay.
Yeah. See, Shark also has one.
Yeah, I don't remember what the contest was, but I got this.
It looks like a third.
I'm going to tell him you said that.
Oh boy.
If you want to tell him to shout everyone out here and give us all a big boost, you're more than welcome. Tell him I'll buy him a drink if he ever comes to Ireland.
Okay, guys, now I got that question for you guys. Do you counting for the shout out from the big channel at the stage what you are right now? Did you really count on it and hoping for that?
Well, it would be nice, a bit of recognition
That's
from other people that you've been watching for years and kind of idolize maybe a bit. I mean, I've watched E-Waste Ben stuff. I watched every video. Now that I'm following so many people, I'm kind of behind on his stuff. I used to watch his 4-hour scrap marathons.
Ralph, I get enough of answer.
I'm sorry.
I get it all. So I can assure you, I can give you shout out, though I'm not big. So
No, as Ralph was saying there, it'd be nice as if you got a shout out from some of the channels. I remember the first time, I think it was Gil Skills mentioned me. Yeah. And I was here, oh my God, Gil Skills has mentioned me, because I've been watching Gil for years. I said, oh, he's mentioned me, I can't believe it. you know. It wasn't about the numbers I got. It was just that someone that I've been watching recognized me, and I was here. Geez, this is great, you know. So again, as you said there, do I count on it? I don't count on it, but if it happened, I would really be happy.
Well, and I tell you, it was a total surprise when Ben gave me that shout out because I'd never asked him to, and didn't expect him to. I was just having fun doing my channel, and
that is the key of that, because if you ask for it, then probably you will never get it, or if you get it, then you will be like, meh.
Yeah, so as the dude said there, Recycle Dude, he remembers that day because I think he was on the panel as well. I think it was the show that himself and Recycle Dude do. At the time, Gil and Recycle used to do a show together. I think it was on that they gave me the shout out.
They're going to be doing more of that.
Yeah, so like,
good.
Really, as I said, it meant a lot to me, and it still does. Like that, someone, because Gil would be one of the first channels I started watching when I got into the scrapping, and and he was more into scrapping general waste or general household items more than e-waste. And as I said already, the reason I went into the e-waste side of it was more to do with space and storage and stuff like that. It's a lot easier to store small boxes of chips than it is to store a rake of aluminium. So it was more that I wanted to go down that side of it, or any other sort of metals like big lumps of steel or whatever. So that was the reason I went into the e-waste side of it, where Gil was more into the general scrap. So it was good that he mentioned me as an e-waste channel. If anyone wanted to check out on e-waste, to check out my channel. So I was very, very happy with that.
Yeah, but there's a small difference between the scrappers either in the UK or maybe in Europe, or the scrappers in the US. I think Gil Skills has like 30 acres of land.
Yeah.
I mean, he can stack stuff up until there's no tomorrow.
Oh yeah, if I had the space, I definitely would have gone down the road of televisions and fridges and microwaves and everything else.
Before he get able to get rid of all this shred steel, those thin shred steel, all will be in the ground.
Yeah.
So the same reason why I have 5 traileys, right?
So I see the Dude Rocks is in the chat, and I don't know if the dude remembers, but I used to watch a live chat that he would do with Moose and Gills.
Oh yeah.
And I don't remember. I think there may have been a fourth that would join that. And those guys just used to crack me up when they'd be doing that.
I remember watching that as well.
Yeah, Moose doesn't do any live streams by himself, and he rarely hops on panels nowadays. I think I've seen him on Gil Skills close to a year ago, and that was the last time I've seen him live anywhere.
Yeah, and I remember Gil as well. There was Moose and Gil was on live together one time, and Gil actually made Moose make me a moderator on his channel.
Yeah, I remember that. He mentioned a couple of people that were worthy of being moderators.
Yeah, so
of course back then he didn't know me at all, but yeah.
Yeah. So like the Moose is very. I know Moose to be awful busy, but it's a pity he doesn't do more lives. I enjoy his stuff. I find him to watch. He's very easy to watch. He's down to earth. There's no. I'm a big channel. Just carry on,
Yeah, I do still enjoy the Moose, but I was more excited about his videos and live streams. No, back then he doesn't make any live streams, but I was much more excited before he got those polls at the YouTube. But I totally understand. He get through the real and important stuff through his life and so on. Yeah,
that happens.
That's why I just that's all fine.
But
I really enjoyed it at the beginning when he going through all that stuff.
Yeah,
that was really nice vids what he make.
So I wonder.
I'm not big into the worrying about the quality of someone's video. It doesn't bother me. It's more the information I do looking at. I just see people complain about people's videos saying, "Oh, the camera wasn't great, or the sound, or there was the color wasn't great, or something like that." That
A
doesn't
lot of
bother me when I watch the video.
background noise, stuff like that.
It's all about the information I look for. What information, and is the information accurate, and are the people telling the truth, or are they only pretending? Like, as I say, whenever I do something, I tell the truth. Gold, it probably costs me more to get the gold I get than the value of the gold in the long run if I add up all the hours. But some of the channels make it out that it's easy to get it, and it's well worth doing, and it's blah blah blah. It's not. It's you're not going to get rich out of it. But that's why I try and stick to channels that stick to the information.
Irish buddy, as far no matter how many hours you put on it, after all, you will end up with the tiny bit of gold. Then you will be happy, because then you will see your work coming out.
Oh yeah. But
Something that you made yourself, kind of.
Yeah, but that's why I don't worry about people's channel like this. We'd say there was a channel, we were on about this there a couple of weeks ago. There was what was it, Scrap It Mike or Scrap? What was that person that used to
Bruce Napier, you're not blocked.
Yeah,
Wait.
Bruce. He's not blocked.
No.
Who's not blocked?
Wait. Oh, he said, "Can anyone see this?" And no one replied.
Oh, sorry, Bruce. We're too busy talking. You're not blocked, Bruce. We were too busy talking. But
And hello, Mo Homesteading.
What was that channel, Raphael? You used to do videos, but he used to do very, very well edited. What was it again? Scrap It Mike or Mike the Scrapper. Mike the Scrapper.
No, yeah.
His channel was very well edited, and it was very thing. But he made it out that there was loads of money in scrapping, that you were going to get rich out of it, which you weren't. And like, as you can see, he's kind of disappeared off the scene now completely.
Yeah, he's totally gone. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's why I said I don't take much notice of people's channels, how good the video quality is, or if they're using the best video camera, or they're doing this or that. Not when it's scrapping videos. It doesn't bother me. Different thing if you're watching travel videos or you're watching something like that. Then you'll be looking at the quality. But I don't personally take it into. I prefer the information than the special editing and special effects and all that on the channel.
I did try to edit it as best as I can, but at the end, as I looking at the premiere or something like that, then I see, oh, dang, at this point you're supposed to do that one, or just cut it away, or just leave it off.
Yeah, well, I don't worry about them things, because it's information, or I'm showing exactly what's happening. I'm not going to do fancy whatever editing for it. It's showing what scrapping is like, and it's not easy. It takes hours to do stuff like taking this stuff apart. You won't do some videos I watch. A person will take a laptop and he'll turn it into a bar of gold in the one video, but you're not getting any information how we got there. You're just getting them taking stuff apart, throwing it in a liquid, and melting gold at the end. You don't see how he got there. You don't see any of the information, what sort of stuff he put into it. That was a waste of time of video, as far as I'm concerned.
Same with some metal casting videos that I watch.
You see the first hand with the bunch of scrap at the beginning, and after all, you will see some kind of, let's say, ready melted mold or something with the nice shade and so on, and engraving and whatever.
Yeah, and as soon as they pop it out of a mold, it's all nice and shiny and polished, and
Yeah. You see, them videos are a waste of time for anyone that wants to learn how to do something, because they won't show you anything, or they don't show you how they got there, or they're a waste of time of a video. I prefer to see a video where it might be spread over maybe 3 videos to see where he gets there in the end.
Yeah,
but at least you're getting all of the information along the stages. That's why on my videos, I do different on my playlist. If anyone looks, I break it down, and I might have 20 parts by the time I get from the first part of it right to the end. And when I get this bit of gold, there might be 20 videos, but I'll have gone probably too much into detail, but it's the way I want to do it. It's, as I said, it's
sometimes you are too much into the details, but
that's the way I want to do it. I'm not going to change, because that's the way I wanted to learn it myself, because there was loads of channels and I was going by them and I was saying, Yeah, but he didn't say how he got there, or all I seen him was throw that stuff in. He didn't say why he threw it in. That's why I said I'm going to just do it differently. My
Why
channel.
at this point and how temperature and so on.
Yeah.
All the details. Details is important.
Well, it is an e-waste anyhow, I think, personally. Like,
Of course, I have to do a lot of editing on street scrapping videos because you guys don't want to sit. Nobody wants to sit around and watch 5 hours of.
Yeah. Well, that's different. You see.
Just driving around.
You know.
Yeah, but that's not what I was on about. I was just talking about more the e-waste side of it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, because like it's same with Bim, he has to do a lot of editing on his because no one wants to see him, as you said, driving around for 5 hours to see what he picks up, you know.
I totally agree with you guys. Just today, I got like supposed to be tiny work for me. I just get caught with the one flat with the loosened shower guarding. So probably just screw doesn't hold anymore and so on. So this guarding get like loose or something like that. So I went into the flat. Then I meet lady with the 2 or 5 kids. I don't know. I try to count them, but they are too loud, you know. Later on, I find out there is no curtain at the shower. And then she explained me she got problem with the armature. Those thermostat just gone or something. It doesn't mix the water right. Okay, listen up. I think I got one more in the car, so I'm gonna switch it quickly for you, and you will be all set up again. Fine. I did that. Then it's come out some those holder for the shower and so on. Then it's come out some other things, and I spent in that flat like about 2.5 hours instead of, let's say, 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's like when we start a video. You think a video is going to be. I just say, right, this will only take 10 minutes, and then 20 minutes later, I'm here. I'll have to finish this up, or I'm going to have to do a second part because it's still dragging on.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's funny. One of the things that drove home the timing for me was I've been messing around with Dusty Blonde's microwave challenge, and I'm doing about 11 minutes. I'm averaging somewhere around 11 minutes to scrap one of these little cheap microwaves, and I think to myself, geez, on some of these street scraps, I can end up with 6 of these things. And if they're taking me 10 minutes each to break them down, I could spend an hour just breaking down the microwaves to get ready to go to the scrapyard. That really got me thinking about how much time I'm spending when I get back from the street scraps and how much time it takes to do some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I think scrapping one down in about 10, 12 minutes is actually pretty good time-wise. If you look at the value, what you're going to get out of it, it's never going to be interesting. But as long as you're having fun, that's basically it.
Yeah, exactly.
I scrapped down whatever amount of these tonight, maybe 15 of them while I was talking to you.
I haven't scrapped anything.
So like I don't count that as, I don't say, oh, that was 50, that was 2 hours of my time gone, because I was doing them while I was doing something else. So it was productive. So I was doing 2 jobs for a change.
I think I got one video about scrapping those laptop CD drive, and I think I get one video about scrapping 10 of them, and later on I count how much I get materials and how much time I spent and so on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely in the downside.
Oh yeah, well it always is, like, because it's kind of something, this e-waste scrapping as well. Like I might be sitting down watching TV and I'll be just pulling pins, or I'll be maybe taking off the RAM chips or cutting the RAM fingers. So I'm just doing it while I'm watching TV. So I don't count that as just solely just doing e-waste or spending hours at something, because I can do it while I'm watching TV or something. It's going to take up much of your time if you're doing it. It's not like I go out at 6 o'clock in the evening and say, right, I'm going from 6 until 11 o'clock. I'm just going to be doing e-waste scrapping all evening. I just do it in my spare time.
I may say I one level up. because I'm not spending my time to pulling the pins from the plugs anymore.
Yeah,
Hey.
you've got your machine.
Some of us aren't so fortunate to have great big machinery in our shed.
Yeah. He's just showing off again. When is that video out? Tomorrow night, is it?
No, not really. I
Oh.
I'm working on another part, but I didn't finish yet, and it's no way I will finish it until tomorrow.
Okay.
So tomorrow I'm gonna post something else. It will be gonna be some metal detecting at the woods.
Okay.
What I really enjoy, I guess it was from last Sunday. Yeah, it was last Sunday, because this Sunday was not so good weather, so I cannot go out. Actually, I can, but I was too lazy in such a crazy weather.
AJP machine, garden machines is in the house.
Yeah, I seen him coming in. Welcome, AJP. Good to see you in there. So, shark scrapper, what's the most interesting thing you find street scrapping? Like, I'd like to do that, but around here, there's no stuff left on the streets. Everything is picked up once a week in a dustbin, and that's it. No one ever leaves anything at the side. So that's not really a thing over here in Ireland where you can go street scrapping. I'd love to do it sometime, but what's the most interesting thing you've ever found?
The most interesting. So I found some computers, which is always kind of interesting that people would just put a computer out by the street. And one of the computers I found was a high-end gaming computer. I was amazed that they had put that out. And then a point-of-sale system. So I think somebody owned their own store and they closed down their store, so they put their point-of-sale system out with the trash.
Yeah, that's something I like about America and where in Australia, where people just put their stuff out that can be recycled. So then you have your street scrappers come around and take everything off it that can be recycled, rather than just send it all to waste facility or to a dump. But it gives the opportunity for someone to make some money, an ordinary person make some money out of it, rather than the big corporations always trying to make money out of it.
My spot, no chance for that at all. There is no even at some spots the bins are closed, so not even chance for dumpster dive.
Yeah, well, that's the same here in Ireland. But in America, you can see the street scrapping. In Australia, it's a big thing, where you can see them going around constantly collecting off the streets.
It also makes it a very easy kind of decision matrix when you go out street scrapping here, because I'm usually just a couple blocks ahead of the garbage man, and I know that if I don't do something to recycle it, it's going to end up in a landfill somewhere.
Yeah. Which I
tried to use that excuse over here, but they just say as soon as it's outside in the trash bin or beside it, it belongs to the state.
Yeah.
And I once told a cop, I actually work for the state. He said, "Oh, so do I." I said, "So it belongs to both of us." I said, "What will you do with it?" He said, "I would throw it away." And I said, "So you then don't mind if I take it?"
Can I have your half?
Yeah.
I get a message from my boss last time. Listen up, at this address and this address, they didn't pick up the trash because they were mixed, or they were put it at the wrong bin. So the trash guy refused to take it. So my job will be just go there and sort it out. But as I went there, I just meet the closed bin. So how I can do my job, right?
Yeah, locked bin. When I got into YouTube first, got into the e-waste scrapping. I didn't want people knowing I was doing it first. I didn't want people knowing, thinking, this buck is just picking stuff up and it's, whatever. But now the more I got into it and the more people I've let know about it, the more stuff I'm getting. Because people go, "Oh, you scrapped out that. Will you take this DVD player?" "Oh yeah, I'll take that DVD player." "Oh, I have an old computer at home." So I find that's why probably with the YouTube channel and everything now, I'm probably getting more e-waste than I would have if I didn't do any of this. If I just relied on picking it up by chance. Because the more people you let know that you're doing this e-waste, people prefer to see it being recycled more than just ending up in a landfill or ending up in a dustbin somewhere. So they'll give it to you rather than think. Because even one of the new lads now at work where I work, one of the new lads started, and someone told him, someone was on the boy. One of the lads at work said, "Have you got much gold yet?" And I said, "We're still working on it." And the man goes, "What do you mean gold?" I said, "Oh, I take gold out of phones and computers." He said, "Oh, I have a pile of phones at home. Do you want them?" I said, "Yeah, give them to me." You know.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I kind of have to be careful over here to tell people if it has any value, because Dutch people are greedy by nature, and as soon as I ask, "Can I have it?" They ask, "What are you going to do with it? Are you going to be making some kind of money out of it?" And I just say, "No, I'm going to melt it."
Yeah.
That's my excuse now. I've been scrapping for years actually, and collecting basically aluminium, copper, and brass to bring to the scrapyard. Not knowing about e-waste and any of the values there, but now that I'm melting stuff, I have a good excuse. I'm just taking stuff out to melt it, and then bring it to the recycling, just for the environment. Oh, how noble of you! I'm not telling them that I'm bringing it in to get money for it,
That will be
even though it's not that much.
Yeah, but every little helps, as the
Yeah.
supermarket would say over here.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna jump out, and because it's getting late at me, and yeps. So I wanna say thank you, Irish, and
problem.
Sharky, take care. Ralph,
Later
take care,
on.
buddy. And everyone in the chat, AJP Garden, David, Mo Homesteading, and everyone else who was there before, Bruce, Mark.
I think Bruce left. I'm not sure
I
if he's
think
still
Bruce thought
here.
he was blocked and left.
Yeah, just looking at the names, what I see at the screen. Anyway, thanks for having me, guys, and that was fun. And see you all around somewhere. So
Okay, thanks for dropping in.
bye
Later
for now.
on, Rafael.
Enjoy, guys.
Later, Rafael.
Now,
See ya.
Shark Scrapper, while you're still there, what I like about your videos is I like the ones where you go to the scrapyard and you actually show what money you got from the items. Because I think there's a lot of people go to the scrapyards and they go bring it in and you don't see what they're making out of it. So you don't see the real value in the scrap thing, which is even if it's only a small amount, you're showing people that there is only a small amount sometimes out of it. There's not big money out of the scrapping, which is very good. Like because there is channels out there who'll do the same as you, street scrapping, but at the end of the day, you don't see what they've made out of it, or you don't see, you don't see them going to the scrapyard with it or anything like that. I think it's good that you do that.
Well, and it's funny because that was all in response to comments that people were leaving me in the channel, asking me to show how I process stuff before I go to the scrapyard, unloading at the scrapyard, how much I made from the scrapyard. Because when I first started doing it, and you'll see it in some of my earlier videos, I wasn't showing any of that stuff because I was thinking, well, who's going to be interested in that? That's me throwing stuff out of the truck. Who wants to watch that? But folks, folks asked for it, and the results are showing that they like it. People like watching it.
I seen one video there where you went to it and you were throwing stuff out, and next thing I could see a computer in the background. I was saying, "Oh, grab the computer, put it back in the truck," because that's what I'd be doing if I was going to the scrapyards and I was dumping, we'd say, cashing in my aluminium or whatever I was cashing in. If I spotted computers, I'd be taking them back out with me. So it probably cost me more driving out than what I got going in.
Well, and I need to ask the yard about buying computers from them, because I have seen pallets full of computers come into them that people are selling them just by the pound.
Yeah, so like, if you offer them a bit more, they might sell it to you back, and then you can break it down and
I'd
make
like
a bit
to
more.
do the math and see if if I can buy it from you for a little bit, can I still make a little bit of money if I then break it down and sell it back to you or Board Sort or something like that?
Yeah, well, you have the advantage of Board Sort there, which you can get your boards rather than have to break them down fully. You can just take the computer apart, sell the boards to Board Sort, keep the chips out of it, as in keep your CPU or keep your RAM if there's any RAM in it, and then you can sell the board, and then you also can sell back the steel to the scrapyard when you go back the next run.
Yeah. I just need to do the math and talk to them and see if they're interested in that. I don't know if they have any interest or not, but I'm going to ask them one of these days.
Yeah, because that's what I tried that here. I approached a few scrapyards, and they said they're not allowed to sell it out to anyone because, again, as Raphael and Rav said it over here, there's strict, once it goes to a recycling facility or goes to a scrapyard, it becomes part of the government sort of, it's in that stream, and you can't take it out of that government stream where it's going on we'd say next stage it has to go to there, it can't come back out of it. It's
Yeah,
just
where ours is still private property. I mean, it's the private property of the private owners of the scrapyard, so it's not government controlled at all.
But even these are private scrapyards, but they get their license from the local councils, and once the stuff goes in there, the council has to say on where it goes after that.
Oh, yeah, see, you
I just envisioned Yoda. No scrap for you.
yeah, here in America, we are those of us that are in business, we don't like the government to say they own any of our stuff. You might get a license from the government to operate, but that doesn't give the government a right to any of the stuff that you're doing that you own. Unless of course you're making stuff for the government, but that's an entirely different thing.
Yeah, over here there's one company called We Ireland. It's called it's Waste Electronics something it stands for. It's like WEEE. But they have the whole say over anything with a plug on it or anything with a battery on it. When it goes to recycling, it goes through them. So if the scrapyards get it, it goes to them then afterwards. And they have that's why you can't come back out. Once the scrapyard has it, they have taken control of it, and it has to go further on then. It's all to do with EU regulation. But that's why if you don't get it before it gets to the scrapyard or before it gets to the dustbins, you can't have it. So you have to get it from someone. Someone has to say, here's my DVD player, you can have it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I see ENT Scrapping is saying that his yard breaks them down.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I would, if I could afford it, if I could find an investor, I would really enjoy starting up an e-waste yard, because I've seen some really good machinery that you can, essentially chuck an entire computer in one end, and it separates the metal and the boards and the copper and the gold and through a series of magnets and
shakers and everything.
I saw that too. Yeah. Interesting.
I do get an email every so often from a Chinese company trying to sell me them machines. They came across my channel, so they actually I don't know whether they think I'm a big e-waste recycler or just think I've loads of money, but they keep trying to sell me these machines for hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Oh, well, see if you can work out a financing deal with them.
Yeah. If it's anything like Wish, if you buy it now, you might get it in 2 years' time.
Yeah, especially if it's so big.
Yeah, they'll have to send it in parts. Ralph, you look like you're going to sleep.
I am quite tired, actually. I've had a very short night. It was slightly over 3 hours of sleep that I had.
Oh, you got a full 3 hours. Good man.
Yeah.
Did you have company, or you don't?
I wish.
No, he was on every panel. He was on every YouTube panel that was going.
No, I just I kind of had a 4-day weekend, and the first night I went to bed at somewhere between 2 and 3, and the night after that I went to bed somewhere around 4, and the night after that I went to bed at around 5. And when it was time to go to bed early and to work the next day, I was of course not at all tired, and I stayed up till I think close to 4, and my alarm went at 8.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My alarm usually goes at 7, but I set it to 8 to start a bit later. But I had a busy day. I had an 11-hour work day today, so yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, more hours is more money yeah.
Well, yeah, but
I just want to say hello to Miss Southern Bell there, who just came in. Welcome. Thanks for dropping in. But yeah, the YouTube and the scrapping and the work can take up a lot of time, Ralph.
Yeah. No, not just that, but just hanging out with these people from everywhere. And before I had this job, I started this job in November, the end of November, like 28th of November. Before that, I was without a job for almost half a year. So I lived on US times at some point. When the sun came up here, I just told people, it's somewhere between 6 and 7 a.m. over here. The sun is up. I'm going to bed. And people started calling me vampire.
But your job now is handy for picking up bits of scrap, anyhow, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I got a nice small piece today. I had to change the drum of a washing machine that had a cast aluminium wheel on the back. It's not that much in weight, but I now have like 6 or 7 of these. So at some point I will be melting these and having some nice cast aluminium. And across the street from an address that there was a big dumpster, and there was some quite thick, solid core copper wire in there. So that's good stuff. The little bonuses you get from work. So
yeah, I worked in a couple of years ago. I worked in a electronic, would say, our electrical store where we sold washing machines, dryers, all that sort of stuff. And when the old vacuums and stuff used to come back for being sent away to this e-waste company that used to come and collect them once a month, I used to cut all the cords off them before they were thrown into their bins. So I used to have a lot of cords built up. So that I used to cash them in every couple of months, and it was just a bit of extra spending money that I used to get out of my job.
So a company that I used to work for, we made electronic equipment, and it was one of those things where I couldn't do it because of my position in the company, but I wanted so much to be able to just go to the waste bin and dump it in my truck every now and then. Because there would be excess circuit cards and excess insulated copper wire and chunks of aluminum and and it was all going in a waste bin. I finally was able to convince the supply department to at least find a scrapper to come in and pick up the stuff rather than us. And the way I sold it to them was, I said, look, we're paying to haul this stuff away. They'll come get it for free. We could probably charge them if we wanted to, but they'll come take it for free. And then we don't have to pay for it anymore. And it was, it was kind of funny, the look on their face was like, what? We won't have to pay somebody? Can we do that?
It's like I made a contact there, and well, it wasn't me. A mate of mine was delivering to a book, and he took a photograph of stuff. He said, would you take this stuff? And there was pallets of old DVD players and stuff like that. I said, yeah, I'll take that. He said, okay, this buck was paying to get this taken away. He said, if you take it away for free, you can have it all. I said, I'll take it away for free.
And I'm trying to build up that relationship with the local businesses here. I have a couple of clients that'll call me every now and then. Most of them are small businesses, so they don't really accumulate stuff very quickly. Mm-hmm. I did have one client who used to own his own electronics company, and so I would pick up maybe every other week. I would get 3 or 4 computers and wire and alarm systems and modems and things like that. Then he went and sold the company. So,
well, a good source if you're trying to find companies, look for security companies, alarm companies, or any of them to put in them fire alarm systems or burglar alarm systems. They always have a lot of old circuit boards, because I was even talking to one the other day, and I said it to him, and he goes, "Oh, why didn't you tell me a week ago? I just got rid of a skip full of them."
Wow.
Yeah. So he said he's going to hold on to them for me. So that was a source I hadn't thought of until someone else mentioned it to me. And now I have 2 security companies who give me their stuff.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, that means that you have to take the good with the bad. So
well, that's it. You have to take it all. Sometimes all you're doing is taking bits out of it, and the rest of it then you're going to be putting in your bin.
Yeah. So you end up with a couple of, well, even the old CRTs, I don't mind because I'll pull the
I love
yokes off.
CRTs. Lots of copper in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
the top
just-
yolks.
It's a pain in the butt because after I pull off the yoke and the low grade board, I have to put the shell back together and take them to the transfer station. So it's a little bit of a mess, but you know.
I
Yeah,
use
but-
those as little waste deposits because the back part where the connections are, where usually there's like a SCART that's usually quite a large panel, and all kinds of small stuff fits through there. So you take all the cables out, degaussing cable, all the boards, everything is out, and then I just screw back the plastic backside, and then there's this hole, and then I just keep filling that hole with all the small stuff, and if I have stripped cables, put the plastic strip stuff all in there until the whole thing is like full, and then I carry it downstairs, and then I check the trash bins, and I take some trash bags from one bin, put them in the other bin, drop in the TV, put the trash bags back over the TV, and then I'm rid of it.
Yeah, but you see, I wanted to say hello to Shandog, who just came in there. But if you look at Snobby, he always uses the carcasses from the microwaves to throw all the small bits of steel into.
Yeah. The small bits of steel I keep as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And old computers, tower shells. I always, if I have them, I try to fill them up with stuff before I take them back in.
I usually have like one of those little, it's mainly screws and smaller metal bits that I put in there. And as soon as this thing is filled up, I go to one of my bigger containers and just empty this thing and then put it back here. That's so when I'm scrapping here and I got a lot of screws, I just can dump them in there. And by the time it's full, I only have to empty it once in the bigger container before that goes downstairs.
Yeah. So, Shark, how long are you scrapping now? How long are you at it?
How's that again?
How long are you doing this scrap? We'd say collecting off the streets and stuff like that. Have you been doing it for a good few years, or is it always something new you got into?
So actually, I had not been street scrapping. That's very recent.
Okay.
I was doing mostly e-waste and e-waste collections, you know, watching the various scrappers and watching the street scrappers. I thought to myself, well, that looks like kind of fun. You know, that could be interesting. And then when I got laid off from my company and I had a lot of time on my hands, I said, you know, let's go do that. Just one day I woke up and I said, hey, I'm going to go do some street scrapping just to see what it's like. And, you know, it's just sort of it kind of becomes habit forming.
Look, Mo Homesteading, if she's still here. I made some stuff. This is all made from old pewter. I got some cool silicone molds. I really like these controllers. And the little owl. People, for some reason, like the little owl. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this weekend.
From, Ralph, where do you get your molds for doing your?
Etsy, Amazon. At some point, I just Google silicone mold, and then I get all kinds of weird shapes, and I order a couple that, preferably at the same person who sells them. But sometimes one sells this nice one, the other sells that nice one, the other sells that nice one. So I get 15 different tiny packages sent home. I mean, the mold for this little owl was smaller than a box of matches. This one, cute little owl.
Ralph, I remember one day a few weeks ago on a live stream, and it was funny because you appeared distracted during the live stream, and finally somebody said, Ralph, what are you doing? You playing a game or something? And you said, no, I'm on Etsy looking for molds.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
that were those molds, probably. Yeah,
yeah, because I've been trying to find molds that are strong enough for gold, because you know the temperature is a lot higher.
Then you need graphite molds.
Yeah, but all you get is regular shapes. You don't get anything weird.
I found on Etsy, because people use CNC machines to make custom molds, graphite molds. They can be quite expensive for like a coin or a medallion the size of like a Pringles can lid with like a logo. They could ask like $45 for one. Mm-hmm. Quite.
Would they
You're
make
not going to be filling up this much gold, but yeah.
No, but would they make a mold for you? Would they? Did you find a crowd that makes a mold?
There is someone in the Redneck Metals community that has a CNC machine that does custom molds.
'Cause I'd love to have just a little coin. We'd say the size of a small, let's say a euro coin or something like that size, and would just scrap an Irish on, so I could make a little gold coin. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure
gold
you can find somebody would do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know?
Just a
I'd
question
like
of how much
I'd like to
pay
have one like that. You know. What were you saying? Mark?
I forgot the name of the guy who made them. Don't remember. But I got a rupee mold, which is about this size. A rupee is like the little diamond shaped currency in the Zelda games. So I can make a silver one and a golden one, being of course aluminium and brass in my case. And maybe I can make one out of like green glass if I try hard enough, and then have a green rupee because in the game there's green, which is worth 1, blue is worth 5, red is worth 20, purple is worth 50, silver is worth 100, and gold is worth 300.
It's a
So
wonder you never went down the YouTube gaming channel when you're so big into games.
I wanted to at some point, but I don't know.
Yeah, because
Graphite mold, okay.
games
Is
wouldn't
that-
be something I'd be big into. I'd only play 1 or 2 games, maybe Grand Theft Auto, or you play a lot of the fantasy games and stuff like that.
I
would
play
be-
many games. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd just be Grand Theft Auto, or that'd be it, really. To be honest, that'd be the
Yeah.
only game. I wouldn't play. I haven't taken out the PlayStation in years, I'd say. You know, it's not something I when I was younger I would have been big into it, but not anymore. I couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
with it.
I'm doing slightly less gaming the last year or so, I guess, mainly because of the whole YouTubing thing.
Yeah.
Hello, Nick Jones.
And did I miss?
Hey, Jones, what's up?
Watchcall has put in there. Paul Shorter has put in Graphite Molds UK. So I'll have to have a look at that website and see.
Yeah, it's not with an F. It's graphite.
Yeah.
With PH, I think. Graphite Molds Ireland. Is there also a?
Okay, I'll have to have a look at them
Uh,
because I haven't come across them.
is there one from the Netherlands? I'm gonna go look.
So, but I've also heard that gaming channels is a very crowded space on Facebook.
Yes,
Okay,
because
yeah.
every 15 to 25-year-old that is on YouTube is probably doing gaming.
Yeah. Nick Jones,
And-
welcome to the chat. I don't know whether I said hello to him when he came in there, but thanks for taking the time dropping in, Nick. Appreciate it. But yeah, no, the thing about the scrapping that I like is more the people I've met now than the scrapping. Because like this panel this live was only really to get my hours up at the beginning. I was saying, I'll just do it. But now it's something I look forward to doing actually on a Monday evening, is to see who I can chat to and see who'll be on the panel and whatever. Just it makes the world a lot smaller. So does, everyone can come in and have a chat about different stuff and that. So I really enjoy that, side of it.
And I don't mean to sound all philosophical and Pollyanna-ish, but just think what a better place the world would be if the world's leaders would get together on a live stream every now and just shoot the breeze together.
Yeah.
It's a few of the world leaders I don't think would be able to turn on the laptop.
Yeah.
Never mind anything else. So there's a few world leaders I don't think could wipe their own arse. So I don't think they'd be too good at YouTube somehow. Their egos are too big.
Yeah,
Jason, welcome.
it's quite funny about gaming channels actually, because kids watch other people play video games because they are not allowed to play these games, because in some countries GTA is like 18 and up. In the Netherlands is 16 and up, I think. But you got 10 and 8-year-olds watching the stuff on YouTube, basically watching someone else play through the thing because they're not allowed to play it, and they're still getting exposed to this content.
Yeah. But what
So it's completely useless to put an age restriction on stuff like that.
You're on about kids there watching YouTube. What amazes me is I see my nieces and nephews watching videos of people playing with toys, but they have the toys themselves, but they still watch other people playing with them. They don't take out their own. You know, you say to them, "Don't you have that toy?" Yeah. Well, why aren't you playing with it? What are you watching someone else playing with it for? Oh, I like watching this person playing with it. And you're like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know.
Hello, Jason Hughes.
We sometimes we are a bit of an unusual species, us humans, in what we find entertaining.
Humans are all of us are very autistic by nature, even though not everybody gets that autism stamp. It's basically like this: if everything stays the same, we get bored. But if things change, we're like, "Oh, change is scary."
Yeah, I can't handle it.
I can't. Yeah, exactly. So we want stuff to stay the same, and we want stuff to change at the same time. Really weird.
Scrapping together, got some calls to go pick up some scrap, which is good for them. It's always good when you get a call to come and pick up some scrap. It's money.
That's great when people call you like that to go pick it up. You know,
call to pick up money. It's not pick up scrap. You're getting a call to pick up money.
Yeah.
But it's amazing, like the amount of people who throw stuff away and think nothing of throwing it away when they're actually throwing away money. When you think about it.
Yeah.
You know. Like, even if they just had a shed, no, they mightn't have space or something, but, you know, people throw away their microwave, throw away their old fridge, throw away their old dishwasher, whatever. If they had room to hold it up for a while to a bunch, it's money they have.
Yeah.
You know?
People don't realize, but most people don't want all the crap in their house. My brother is kind of like that. As soon as he has like 5 cords, he's like, "Oh, do you want some of these cords? Because they're in the way." Why are they in the way? Put them in a box somewhere. You have a garage now. Put them in the shed. And then, no, you take them. And then I take them. And I have way too many or certain cords. So I scrap all the cords down, get the plugs off, and put the cords in the boxes until I have only like 5 left. And then a couple of months later, it's like, "I need a cord for this. Do you have one?" Yeah, come on.
Michael Clinton just dropped in there. So, hi, Michael. Thanks for dropping in.
Mr. Clinton.
Go on, say it every week, Tom. Are you any relation to Bill?
No.
Well, and you know, another one of the issues that, at least here in the U.S., that we deal with frequently is that you can usually replace something for about, you know, either close to or, you know, similar to what it would cost you to buy a new one. Or the cost of a new one is just, you know, a little bit more. And so you say to yourself, "Oh, well, I'm going to, you know, instead of, and I'm making these numbers up, but instead of paying $100 to get it repaired, I can get a brand new one for $200 and it'll last me that much longer." That goes on a lot around here.
We'd say DVD players nowadays. You buy a DVD player, not that anyone buys them probably anymore. I remember when we used to sell DVD players, we'd be selling DVD players at €29. And if your DVD player broke, no one is going to fix it for €29. They're going to need €50 just to look at it. So
Right. Yeah.
€50 to repair it when you just buy a new one for $29. Like,
I remember the first DVD players were like 2,200. Well, that was not euros back then. It was guilders. With 1,000 euros basically compared to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they were just like €29 for a new DVD player. You wonder how they could make it for €29.
Yeah, I remember those flip phones, the Motorola's, the really, really flat ones. They were quite popular in the US. I think you could get one of those for like $29. Everybody had them.
Yeah.
And as soon as you dropped it and it broke, you just buy a new one.
Yeah.
And then, of course, a lot of it also depends, because the United States is a very, very large, very diverse type of country. And so there are some places in the country where it's cheaper to get something fixed because you just live so far away from a major shopping opportunity.
Yeah.
Where I live here, we've got big box stores falling out all over top of each other, and so it's cheaper than dirt to replace things around here. But there are some places where, no kidding, you need the community handyman to fix it for you.
Yeah, I remember when I traveled around America for a while there, and like that, you'd be driving for maybe 5 hours, and you wouldn't see a soul or you wouldn't see a car. All you see was fields for 5 solid hours driving. Like I was amazed on how big it is, because you see it in films and you see the desert or whatever, and you go, it wouldn't be that bad. Like, it couldn't be like that. They hear you, make sure you have water in case you break down or whatever. You hear like, surely someone will be coming by soon, but we drove for 5 hours and we didn't see a car, we didn't see a person, we didn't see anything. All we seen was fields for 5 hours.
If I drive for 5 hours, I'm halfway through France.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I used to love when I was in the Navy and I would get a new assignment on the other side of the country and drive across the country. 3-4 days of taking different routes to get across the country to see new places. But I understand exactly what you mean. There are some of those days that it was just, good God, how long can these wheat fields go on?
Yeah. Where was I? I was driving, I think it was down Texas or New Mexico area, and we were driving along there, or was it? It was actually from San Diego going to Austin, I think it was.
Okay.
Driving, and I just couldn't believe, like, it was just desert for hours and hours. So it was. It was just amazing. It's actually, America's one of the countries I always said if I won the lottery over here, which I'd retired in America, because it's so vast. You can get lost out there if you wanted to. No one would ever find you if you wanted to disappear.
Well, isn't it funny how so many people say, when I win the lottery, I want to go live someplace other than the country that I'm living in right now?
Yeah. That's the thing about it. Like, no, everyone wants to move away from where they are, and then there's people thinking, "Oh, I'd love to be living in Ireland," or "I'd love to," I'm here thinking, "Oh, I'd love to get out of here." But yeah, that's the thing. You live in Florida, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. There's the little tantalums you take off your do you collect the tantalums off your boards?
Yes, I do.
There's a company there in Florida that buys them, isn't there? They're actually based in Florida. So they are. I must get the link for you, because if you collect them up, they pay by the pound for them. I don't know what you get at the moment, but they might be worth looking into.
Well, that would actually be very interesting, because quite honestly, I haven't bothered to look.
Yeah.
I've just been collecting them, so I've got containers full of tantalums, but I haven't bothered to look at selling them yet. So yeah, send me a link and I'll check it out.
Yeah, they're definitely based in Florida, because I don't know, you a member of there's a group there on Facebook. Let me just find the name of the group. But they're actually in that group, and they're always telling people that they'll buy their tantalums, and they have a website and you can go on and you can price it. Let me just find the name of the
yeah, that would be awesome, because funny, it was just the other day I was pulling some off of some boards, and I was thinking to myself, one of these days I got to figure out what I'm going to do with all these.
Yeah, let me find it here now. I'm trying to find the group I'm in. I'm on Facebook at the moment, looking for the group. I think it's called E-Waste and Precious Metal. But if you join up in that group, I'll try and find the link here if I can. But talk among yourselves while I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking up graphite molds now.
Yeah, I think I found the group here now. I did. So I'll put this group in the chat if anyone else wants to check it out who's into e-waste. It's a very good group. There's a lot of people on there who give great advice, and they have very good videos on there as well. So I'll put that in. So if anyone wants to check that group out, it's worth checking out on Facebook. But it's there's definitely a tantalum crowd in there if I can find it. But they're definitely based in Florida. I know that for a fact. But it's just to see which one it is. But it's definitely worth looking into because you living in Florida won't be much. They might be nearby or something even for you. I don't know how big. I don't know how big Florida is. So it might be nearby. It might be a 5-hour drive.
The interesting thing about Florida is, it's an angle-shaped state. So, and I live up in the Northeast, which is kind of like the main hub, because then from here you go south, down to Miami and the Keys, or you go west, which takes you into the country. And so it's an interesting shaped state.
Yeah, it's what would the population be of Florida?
I don't know, large and growing. We're constantly growing. I don't know right off the top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah, Florida is one of those states that a lot of people come to live here. The people get tired of the cold up north, and so they move down to Florida. And there's a lot of good job opportunities in a bunch of diverse industries. So we have no shortage of people from every age group coming to live here in Florida.
Yeah, it was kind of, I always associated with Florida with retirement homes. So I did.
Yeah.
Well, we have our fair share of those,
Yeah.
and golf courses. But we also have a huge agriculture industry. There's a huge defense industry, electronics industry, of course, the space industry, aviation. So it's a very diverse crowd around here.
Okay, so I'm still looking up trying to find this company while you're talking. I was trying to find them there on the chat, but I haven't found them yet. But when I get hold of it, I'll definitely send you the link to them. It might be something worth looking into, especially, as I said, if they're nearby. No, I can't find them at the moment. But yeah, it'd be something to do because that's like I collect up the tantalums, but I've nowhere to sell them, or I haven't discovered an easy way to process them. That's why I said if I ever lived nearby Florida, that's where I'd be.
Grind them into dust and melt it.
Yeah, grind them into dust. But what do you do with it after that?
Melt it.
Melt it.
What's the melting point of tantalum?
You look that up.
You're the caster among us. You should know.
I don't do tantalum.
But you need to separate it, right? Don't you have to separate chemically?
You have to find out what's in it, and then you go to the lowest melting point first of the metal that's in there, and then everything that melts out you get rid of, and then you go to the next melting point of whatever other metal or substance is in there. Then that melts and get that out. I'm not sure that will actually work, but
1,168. Sorry, 1,668
Celsius?
degrees Celsius.
1600 something.
Yeah, 1668.
I can't do that.
Yeah, so it's quite a high temperature.
Yeah,
So
I got my homemade foundry up to 1250 at some point.
We also have a gold refinery down in Miami, and I keep on saying to myself, I want to go down and watch them, do their thing.
Yeah, I'd love to get inside some of them and see them working, how they do it, and especially one that does it from e-waste, one of the big ones. I'd love to get in and see them doing it. There's one in Belgium. There's a big company in Belgium called Upicorn or Unicorn or something like that. But it's a big one in Belgium. It's the biggest one in Europe that does it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look those up because I live next to Belgium.
There you go. They do gold recycling. They take all the gold, the platinum, silver. They take all the e-waste. That's where a lot of the e-waste from Europe goes to, and they recycle it. And they have a big, massive plant for doing it. What's it called? Is it Unicorn or Uni something?
So I'm looking at David Carlisle's comment
Unicron.
about all the people that come to Florida to die.
Yumi Core. It's
Umicore, that's the name of it. Yeah,
Yumi Core.
Umicore.
And then I end up with all the stuff that the parents had when they died because the kids don't want to mess with it.
Yeah. Well, if you scrap out them brass candle holders, you'll be joining them dead people.
Yes, I will. They are, yes. And the worst part is I have to polish them every now and then. So I do so quite lovingly, knowing that one day.
One day they'll be wrapped around your neck if you touch them. So, Ralph, is that place far from you? Ralph has gone into a trance.
You talking to Ralph?
I am talking to Ralph, but he's not.
I'm sorry, I'm watching something about anvils. I found a place in the Netherlands that sells anvils. They want close to 1,100 euros for a 75 kilogram anvil.
So you're getting two.
No. Yeah, and weld them together.
Yeah. Umicorn, are they far from you?
Crap, I closed the thingy. Hold on, let me look.
Hey, while you bring that up, did you see the video that Cruiser Mac did on his anvil stand?
No, I didn't see it. Did Ralph?
I think I don't have Cruiser Mac's bell rung because I don't remember getting any notification. There's something really weird with notifications. I have not had any notification of people subscribing to my channel for over 6 months. Usually there's bound to be someone that has this notification thing on where you get the notification person blah 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 has just subscribed to your channel. I haven't seen those in freaking forever.
Well, I got two today saying 2 people subscribed. I was on Jimmy C this morning and 2 people subscribed were on his, and I got 2 but lost 3.
Yeah, well,
there you go. But yeah, they what did E&T was saying there that it's funny. I worked in a place that builds boards for car amps. Never really cared about that stuff then. Yeah, a lot of I had a business one time where I used to sell computers and build computers for people, and the amount of e-waste I threw away that I didn't know was valuable.
Oh, it's 80 kilometers away. Depending on what route I take, maybe 90. It's about somewhere between an hour and 10 or an hour and 20 minutes, depending on what route
you want to make contact with them, Ralph. They might let you go in and video a tour first. Tell them that you want to do a tour and you want to video it.
Yeah, do a YouTube video on it.
YouTube video on it. They might let you in.
Yeah, maybe you can steal some gold.
Then when you're in there, you might pocket some gold.
Yeah, I think not. Companies like that usually have cameras on every brick of the wall.
Oh, yeah.
They make a lot of they actually make a lot of the gold for the e-waste industry, like for Intel and stuff like that. They'll make a lot of their gold. Recycled gold thing comes on into. I watched a video on YouTube on them. They have a video actually there, I think, and you can actually see them making the gold, and it comes out in strips of gold at the end, and that's sold on to the likes of Intel or any of these big chip manufacturers.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So they're the big boys in Europe.
Oh, they also sell Devil Forge. Let me see. What was this kind of second? Ha! They put like over 100 euros on top of the price that they are when you buy them from. Turn YouTube notifications in your email. That will be my Gmail. I never use my Gmail. I should look there again sometime.
Maybe
probably have like 1,000 new. Let me put it on this screen here.
Yeah, David is right. That's where I see the notifications pop up in my email.
No, usually it's like in the list with the bell where you get blah blah placed a comment on your video, blah blah liked your comment.
Yeah,
I used to get like blah blah subscribe to your channel there as well, but I don't get it
there. I get it in my emails. I don't get it there anymore either. I get it into my Gmail telling me that such one is subscribed. I don't get it on my YouTube channel. So
Ah.
I think David is right there now that it's all going to your email.
Oh, maybe they changed that at some point.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I haven't had the notification for like half a year at least. And I can't imagine that for half a year, everyone who subscribed to me has those notifications turned off.
Yeah. Well, you also, if you have you got the phone, the app on your phone, the studio app on your phone,
Yes.
and do you not get it in there? No.
Not that I know.
All right, I get it in there. It arrives on that one on my phone, telling me there.
So, Ralph, are you getting people? Are your subscriber numbers going up, or are you just not?
Yeah,
getting
yeah, gradually, like 1 or 2 a week, but they are going up.
That's why we need Shark when he gets really big to remember us small channels.
Yeah, that's gonna. I'll be happy to if I ever get that big. Trust me, I will be happy to.
Don't forget us, Shark. Don't forget us when you're the big channel.
Right.
You'll be shouting out as little small channels saying, "Oh, these people! I remember these people when they had the small numbers. Oh, look, they still have the small numbers."
Their numbers have gone slightly bigger. That's not
Yeah.
growth; it's a mild swelling.
No, I think Shark will grow pretty quick because his channel is good. He does good content. He does good videos.
I like the voiceovers you do.
Yeah, I think your channel is going to grow big. I have a funny feeling.
If I don't figure out how to get this Hero 7 working more smoothly, though, I'm not going anywhere.
I don't see much wrong with it, to be honest. The way you're doing it.
Oh, it takes. I have some. The Hero 7. The data files are so big that when I'm editing, sometimes my computer, I think, can't handle it, and so I get this. It's weird. It's like the images are skipping, and
that's it. That's your graphics card. Isn't
Yeah.
powerful enough. You need
So-
to upgrade your graphics card a bit, or your
So-
RAM.
so I'm thinking that a new computer is probably going to be in my future someday.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I said. I'd like to. I just use a laptop. It is an i7, and it has a graphics card and an extra graphics card on. It's not a built-in graphics card. It's got a separate graphics card in it. But I find it was good at the beginning. I have it a good few years now, so it's one of the first i7s. But I said if I ever do, I would eventually upgrade. But I don't think I'll go a laptop. I think I'll actually build a PC again. And build
That's a
proper
lot
one.
easier because a PC like this big tower here,
Yeah.
once you have the setup and you're content with the setup, like mouse, keyboard, monitors, webcam, and the PC case that you can work with, you don't need to change that at all unless something breaks.
Yeah.
You just buy like a new video card or
you
extra
upgrade it,
RAM,
you upgrade.
or at some point mainboard, RAM, and CPU as a
Yeah.
package. And then you can spend quite a big budget on that to have like the beefiest system you can get for your money. And all you have to do is replace those 3 parts, and you will have a completely new PC because all the rest you already have. And when you buy a laptop, you're actually paying for the keyboard, the mouse, the screen, all the other stuff that's in there. The fact that's all shrunk down in a tiny compartment making things like close to twice as expensive. As
Oh,
for
yeah.
Yeah,
And then when I go to scrap them out, I have to go through a million screws to get them.
yeah, exactly.
Where when I scrap out a PC, 4 screws and pop out the boards and 4 more screws on the board, and that's it.
So actually, a lot of my videos are shot with my old Hero 4. Hero 3, excuse me, my Hero 3 and my phone. So, when there were comments earlier in the chat about, I just use my phone. Yeah, most of what you see me do is a Hero 3 and my phone.
So Paul Shorthall has just subscribed to Shark Scrapper and Scrapper Rad. So did you get your notifications?
Honest. Well, let's see.
Let's see. Did you get your notifications?
I didn't get one in my browser. Let me see. How do I social? I don't get this Gmail. How do I just see all mail that I get? I don't want stuff divided. Social stuff, YouTube. When the hell was this? 2019.
You haven't looked at your YouTubes for a while.
Why is this here? Updates. What's this? Patreon.
So, Paul, I haven't seen anything yet saying that you subscribed to me.
My YouTube super chat receipt. Okay.
I don't know how long it takes for that to process through. So,
Yeah.
A lot of super chat receipts.
But
Maybe I should super chat last.
with our experiment.
Patreon, YouTube. Receipt. Patreon. Google
Just
Maps
have a look through.
timeline. Whatever. Is there something in the settings of YouTube where I have to like check a box that says I want notifications about this event? I want
Yeah,
notifications
well,
about that event.
I just click there now on the bell on YouTube, and then if you go to the settings one, there is one in there for notifications and emails.
Meh. Let me go and have a look.
So when you click the bell, you see notifications, you see the settings button.
Ah, yeah. Now that you mention it, there's that little cogwheel thingy. That's
Yeah,
probably
click on that
something.
and see what your notifications are set to in there.
Okay, it says keep me informed activities of channels of that I am subscribed to. Recommended videos. Activity on my channel. Keep me up to date about activities on my channel or videos. Comments. Oh, I have sent me an email about these activities off.
Yeah, well, put that on.
And I have desktop announcements or notifications off.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason why you're not getting anything.
All right, turn that on. I wonder what's gonna happen then.
You're gonna. Well, hopefully you won't get all the ones that have been stacked up for the last couple of years and blow up your.
No, I haven't been on the YouTubes that long. Shared content. When others share your content on. Oh, now I'm getting a pop-up here from something. What's this?
Yeah.
Oh, and now I know, because that looks like a thingy that annoyed the crap out of me from a dating site that I apparently was on at some point.
Come on.
Oh, yes. This is a video that now came up. I'm going to turn those back off. Right.
What kind of dating site were you on, Ralph?
I don't really remember. I, at some point, like close to 10 years ago, no, longer ago even, like 15 years ago, I started dating on the internet a lot. And I think I was registered to somewhere around 40 dating sites.
Oh.
I had some really busy months at some point, especially the months leading up to Christmas and during Christmas.
Oh, jeez.
Because women get lonely during those periods. I remember I think it was like a long 4-day weekend where I had 3 different dates, the Christmas weekend. I can tell you, it was a white Christmas.
Oh my God.
bad, Ralph.
No, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
that was years ago. That was when I was like 28, I think. Yeah, I think I was 28 because I remember some of these women were like 32, 34, 5.
Cougar.
One was like 21, 22.
They must have left an impression when you can still remember them.
Yeah, it's not every weekend that you have 3 women in 4 days. You know. And weirdly enough, none of the women that I dated, I am still in contact with or contact.
And no one came knocking on the door saying, "This is your baby."
No, that's not possible.
Ralph Morick, Danish gigolo.
Danish, Dutch.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
But the only time some of these dates came back, they sent me a message after like months or sometimes even like a year or longer. It was like, "Hey, how are you doing? Okay, this woman wants something. You did something with computers, right? Yes, there we go. I have a problem.
You thought you were getting a second date. No, you just wanted a computer.
Well, if they lived close enough, if I liked them enough, and then I fix their computer and indeed get like a second date,
Oh, take benefit
or
from the
a
time,
third or a fifth or whatever.
you take payment in different ways, do you?
Yes. Well, back then I did. Now I want money.
Yeah, you made them buy dinner?
Sometimes, yes. That was a long time ago. It was a different life.
Right, guys, I'm going to finish up in a minute, but before I finish up, I just want to tell anyone that just popped in who may not know, I've got my new stickers. So anyone that wants one of the new stickers, drop me an email and I'll post it out to you. The email address is...
I sent you an email earlier. I think you may have seen that already.
I haven't looked on the emails yet at all.
Oh, okay.
I'll look at them when I'm finished and I'll start doing my list up and getting the stuff out to people. gmail.com. So that's the email address to send it to. And what I'll do is I'll send you out one of the new stickers and one of the smaller, older stickers that I have. So you get one of each. So one small one for putting wherever and one wherever you want to put them. On people's car windows or whatever you want to stick them on. Have me advertised all over the world. So
on the dumpsters.
From a company in Portugal. They were doing a special offer. They were doing free delivery. And what they were doing was they're giving you the delivery charge as a credit on your order, your next order. So
okay.
I ordered off them. I think I got 500 stickers for 50 quid or something.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I ordered them off a company in Portugal last week, and I got them today delivered. So I said I'll give them out to anyone that wants to drop me an email. I'll look after them. I will send it out. I won't do like Ian Matthews and pretend to send them out. We all know that he only pretended to send them out because he said no one has found one yet, and no one has come on to said they got theirs, and he just know why, because he didn't send them. That's why. So, guys, I'm gone an hour past my normal time, but I was enjoying the chat tonight. It was good getting a bit more information on different people on how they got into YouTube and scrapping and stuff like that. It was more, I enjoyed it. So thanks for coming on, Shark. Thanks for coming on, Ralph. There was
no problem.
Snobby was on, Ian was on, and Raphael was on the panel. And if anyone else wants to come on the panel and let us know how they got into YouTube or got into scrapping, send me information in the email and I'll get you up on the panel in next couple of weeks, hopefully, if you want to come up. And until the next one, guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And
later all.
Check out Shark's videos. They're very good. If anyone hasn't checked them out, make sure you check them out. He's going to be the big YouTuber out of all of us. And
yes.
he'll remember all us small guys. He's promised. And
Hold my breath.
Video out.
I'm working on a quite a long scrapping video, but I'm probably not going to be getting that out before this weekend because there's too much editing involved.
I'll have my next one out on Thursday as normal, about 6 p.m. Irish time. So whatever time that is in your world, I don't know. but that's your job to find out. And until next Monday night, keep safe, guys, and I'll see you all next Monday night.
Stay safe. Wash those hands.
Later, all.
Bye now.
Wash the hands. Wash the hands.
I'm going to go wash my hands right now.
Good luck.